in my opinion.
I just think that at some point in time, you have to take into consideration what you do for a living and your responsibilities. And I just think that he's kidding himself if he thinks that this is just a First Amendment thing. That they're just, this is my private life and they should have nothing to say about it. Where I don't necessarily agree with that, because you're representing a huge institution.
When you're a leader in a leadership position,
right,
your conduct, your image, your reputation go hand in hand with the same things associated with the institution you're representing.
Right.
They're not separate. As I said before, if you don't want to be chancellor, go off to the porn industry. My guess is, Joe Gow, you're not making $267,000
right. No,
in the
he
porn
made a lot
industry.
of money.
From what I can tell, you're charging $3.99 to watch a really poorly made video with you and your wife going at it.
And that's just such an arrogant move for me. You know what I mean? And the fact that if you want people, it's very narcissistic. And I understand that we are voyeurs naturally when we want to watch stuff, but I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. And so I'm not paying, and he's saying, I'm not making anybody pay the $3.99 and watch the video. But, morbid curiosity is going to draw a lot of people in just to see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm sure he's banking a little cash on this now. I'm sure news organizations, which is weird because most of those sites are banned or blocked on company websites,
but
on company computers.
Sure.
So, what are they doing? Are they doing this at home? They're going and checking this out?
Probably.
Because I heard some reports yesterday that indicated somebody was watching some of this stuff. Just for the job.
That's okay, sure, whatever.
Hey, question. When you met with Ron Jeremy, did he have like a swag bag that he gave you? No? Because he was representing his industry. I thought maybe he had a swag bag.
Well, I wouldn't know. Please. I went into one of those stores in Kenosha when I was driving down to Chicago once with my girlfriend, just because I was curious. I didn't even know what half the stuff was. I was that naive. I'm like the little Wisconsin farm girl. I'm just like, what's that? What do you use? So I just think it's a really bold and arrogant move that you think people want to pay to watch you and your wife have sex. And I find it rather disrespectful.
I agree with you completely. Take a hike, Joe Gow. You can sue if you want to. I hope you lose miserably in court and they charge you all the court costs as well. Get out of here.
If he
what
goes
a selfish, arrogant. I was going to add another word that I can't say on the radio.
Well, and she works in the psychology department. and then when Eric and Vince were talking to him, and he was talking about the fact that when he got reprimanded after he had that porn star come, he paid $5,000 out of his own budget to have her come and speak, and how the numbers at lacrosse, the enrollment went up.
Stop taking credit for stuff that has nothing to do with that. That's ridiculous.
Well, you know what? And if you can't show me some of the hard data, I want nothing to do with you. What you're saying is stupid to me.
Is this the worst thing that happened in 2023 for Wisconsin, image-wise? No, of course not. Right?
I would say it's a top tenner.
Top tenner.
I would say it's a top tenner, just in the fact that it makes us look stupid. Who are we hiring? How has he been in this position for this long? How long has he been doing this? Is this a newfound hobby?
The whole thing is weird to me.
Really, you think?
Just weird to me.
Listen, I don't like it when the people next to me are swapping spit and, exploring each other's tonsils. It's just like, no, stop.
That's
Take
very
that home.
descriptive, by the way. This is, for a first edition of Open and Honest with Carole Caine, this has been an incredible episode, I think. I'm sure that Charlie's already got this podcasted.
Probably. But I don't want to see that. You've been out to some of the festivals and there's Summerfest or at night when the concerts are going, and you've got, Jack and Jill next to you it's like, just go home.
Remember the state fair a few years back where the couple was doing it in one of the swine barns or something, show barn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody captured that?
No, they were in the pavilion.
Pavilion, yes.
They were in some of the, it's like, really? The smell of a farm is going to turn you on?
Well, swine making bacon, you get it, right? It's all, there we go. Thank you for that. All right, we'll take another break. Stephen Carole.
Oh, God, this has gone downhill real fast.
I almost said your old partner's name before I corrected it in my brain there. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking that way. But
No,
whatever.
don't think that. Don't.
All right,
no.
so we got a lot of other fun stuff we're going to do. We're actually going to have a fun sports conversation at 10:08 with our buddy, big-time sports guy, Brandon Snide.
I'm sad he wasn't here.
He's on vacation, but I'm going to make him work anyway.
Okay, he'll do it. He's going to do it.
He loves to work.
He's a good guy.
Actually, he's the opposite. Don't pump him up that much.
I think he's a really wonderful man.
He's a wonderful human being, yes. But we don't need to pump it up too much. Look what happened to Joe Gow when people started pumping that up.
Oh, dun. There you go.
I get 2 bell
We need
rings.
a rim shot for that one.
There we go. That's a rim shot. So many ways it could go with that. We're going to move on. Stephen Carole, WTMJ now.
More of WTMJ now after this.
What if you could build a 6-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a 6-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author and star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Baby Boomer Dilemma. In this film, economists and Nobel Prize-winning PhDs share a strange concept I call the retirement discount. It gives you more retirement income with the same dollars saved, and your money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money, call to get a free copy of this brand new movie, The Baby Boomer Dilemma, at 800-648-0303. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you'll get it completely free, plus 2 hours of bonus behind-the-scenes footage. I'll even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call right now, 1-800-648-0303. That's 1-800-648-0303, 1-800-648-0303.
This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. The Energy Star ratings for windows are getting a lot tougher to get the tax credit, so you're going to want to take advantage of. Fortunately, we still have options that will qualify you for those tax credits. Now, I can sit here and talk benefits of this product or what's great about that product. So can everybody else. But what a lot of operations can't do is, with complete confidence, stand behind the crew that's going to be on that next job. Talk is cheap, I get it, but our people are exceptional. How do I know? Because me and Vito handpick every single person that makes our team. Some make the cut, a lot don't. And that's why you can be confident that the windows we install for you will be top quality, installed right, and that you're going to get great service. And that's never failed us. So for your home's new windows, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
It's WTMJ now.
Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever heard.
Well, this is Elton, so
And
I.
mostly
No,
what
Billy
I
Joel.
need from you.
Oh, that's right.
Billy Joel.
That's one. Once again,
I can always find
one of the greatest interviews I ever had was Billy Joel. One of the greatest interviews because
Better than Ron Jeremy? Be honest.
certainly different. We had him on the phone, and they give you an allotted amount of time, right, when you got it set up like this. And every now and then, when they want you to wrap it up, they send a signal through your headphones, just like wrap it up. And so we had 7 minutes supposedly with him. And he was so affable and so nice. And he finally said, "Stop doing that. Do you guys have more time for me?" And we talked to him for half an hour.
I could see him being a nice guy.
He was a nice guy. I've run into some pistols for sure, but he was a really nice guy.
So I teased it before the break. As we kind of wrap up 2023, a few days left, we're always look back at the stories. I forgot that this is the year of George Santos, right?
Oh,
that lunatic
Lord.
was now expelled from Congress. Now he's doing cameo videos for $500 a pop, and apparently making some serious coin.
He's doing what?
Those cameo videos where you send him, "Hey, can you shout out to my sister for her birthday? Hey, this is George Santos. Hey, Melanie, happy birthday."
Oh, for
$500
Pete's
a pop.
sakes. That's ridiculous.
First of all, don't do that.
Well, and you know what? All this stuff, it's like it is the worst of the year. It makes us look like a bunch of idiots.
The Trump indictments.
Okay. Yep.
So we had all the indictments this year. Next year we have the trials. It's
Right.
going to be 2 years of our lives collectively.
Do you think he's going to come to the RNC?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's not the candidate, he's going to be around it.
Okay.
Trust me. There's enough people in this state would gladly host a alternative event for him.
Sure. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I think the only way this changes the narrative that he is the nominee is, and this is just me saying this, is if he's convicted on one or more of these in one or more of these charges, and voters say, you know what, I'm not putting a felon in the White House. That's the only way this story changes, in my opinion.
Well, I'm not going to say no to that.
So that's the game changer moment. Now, whether or not that's possible is a completely different question because these things are being delayed. We have a U.S. Supreme Court that's being thrown case after case after case, just deciding if he's on the ballot in some of these states. Now, Maine joining Colorado in that effort, and Wisconsin, who knows, maybe down the line they may be. Although the WEC, in one format, said we're not even going to listen to that.
Okay.
There's other ways you can go about this, and we'll see if that happens. Remember the horrible story on the football field? Damar Hamlin, he collapses mid-game.
Oh, yeah, sure.
How'd you forget about that?
See, I forget about some of this stuff, so I'm glad that people are chiming in with this.
And the great news is he made a full recovery. He could have died on a football field.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I had forgotten about this one as well. In the state of Virginia, a 6-year-old student shot his 25-year-old teacher.
I remember that.
Sentenced to prison for mother and the boys now held. But
Right,
the mother
right.
was sentenced to prison as well. And they were warned about that. Remember the Chinese spy balloon going across the country?
Gosh.
All the politics with that.
Isn't it funny how we just forget? You know,
it's just a cycle of news.
Well, I was just having this conversation with somebody about how our attention spans have been so shortened because of the fact that we have so much happening all the time.
It's a bombardment of information and news stories.
Because we're on the 24/7 news cycle.
How about this one? I forgot about this completely. The Titan submarine imploded. Looking for the Titanic.
Down for yeah. I completely forgot about that too. And you know what's sad about that is that they have sent cameras down there, and there are human remains sitting on the floor and they can't get them.
Yeah, it's too deep.
It's just terrible.
Maui wildfires, that's still a problem because that's a tourism area in that part of the world. And, they're still dealing with the aftermath of all of that. Incredibly fast-spreading, fast-moving fire that just destroyed that area.
A ton.
Yeah.
My son went, before he came home for Christmas, because he lives in Southern California, they went camping. They went up into a mountain, and they were left on a Friday, and on Saturday, he's calling me, and I go, why are you calling me? Aren't you camping? And he goes, no, we had to leave because the wildfires were coming to us so close. We had to get out of there. I said, really? I didn't know you had wildfires going on right now. He goes, oh, they're terrible, Mom.
That's my 50th state that I have. It's the last one on my list. Hawaii. And you've been there many times.
It's kind of embarrassing to tell how many times I've been there because I know it's the trip of a lifetime for many people, but you have to understand that it was work. I went for work, and I've said to you many times that when you finally do get there, you have to go to Oahu and go to the Punch Bowl Cemetery. You have to. And if you don't, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to slap you across the face. If I hear that you didn't go, it's on tape.
Seems harsh. Angry side of Carole in the open and honest hour on WTMJ.
You haven't heard the last of that.
And of course, the one that we are still living, this nightmare of the war in Gaza, Israel attacked on October 7th. Now, a few months later. I mean, it's sad. A couple months later, it is sad and tragic, and it's a lot of us fear that it might be the instigator, the escalation of a bigger war in the Middle East.
Yeah, it's what's happening to these people is just unbelievable. And another big thing too that has caused a lot of controversy is the immigration situation.
Yeah, the border's a mess.
Yeah.
You want to find one issue. This is one where I think we can all start coming together politically. Whatever your politics is, whatever party you affiliate with, whoever you support, both sides have absolutely messed the bet on this.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It's one thing to have people that want to come to this country for the freedoms we enjoy, for a chance for hope and a life that's worth living.
Right, but there's a legal way to do that.
There's a process. My grandparents came, probably yours as well.
It's a Lou's family. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like What are we doing here? And you're not really serving those people either, because you're not giving them a way to kind of ingratiate themselves into our community, greater community in this country. You're making them go through hell, almost a death march, and for some people it is a death march.
I was just going to say it's very dangerous.
And then you just unleash them into this country with no resources, no jobs, hoping that they'll catch on somewhere.
Good luck.
And some do.
Yeah. High five. Good luck.
So if you want to be mad about something, and we're going to take a break here. If you want to be mad about something, be mad about the mess that both sides of the political aisle have made with immigration, border policy.
Amen.
They have screwed it.
Yep.
Literally.
Yep.
And us.
Yep. Amen, brother.
She's Carole. I'm Steve. We'll take a break here. Listening, of course, to WTMJ Now.
WTMJ Now.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 128-ounce pail selected varieties Kemp's Ice Cream, $6.99. 4 to 4.5-ounce selected varieties Sargento Balanced Breaks, 2 for $6. 7 to 16-ounce selected varieties Barilla Pasta, 2 for $3. 6-count selected varieties Act 2 Popcorn, 2 for $6.
Look at those brats. You do tailgating right. Absolutely. Did you see the spread out there? You've got enough food to feed the entire lot. I'm splurging now and then hoping to win $700 in free groceries. $700? Yeah, it's all part of the 70th anniversary at Century Foods. No kidding. Next week, I'll do the shopping. Maybe I'll score $700 in groceries. All you need is the weekly code. It's on Century's Facebook or Instagram. Oh, I just remembered. I'll be out of town next week. Yeah, right, cheapskate.
Ends January 3rd.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scaffidi for Heiser Automotive. I love driving my brand new Carole 2023 Ford Explorer XLT, awesome Atlas blue metallic color.
That is a beautiful color.
It's gorgeous, as they say.
It's
gorgeous.
Okay, Barbara Streisand.
I just saw a story about her. This thing's got everything, all the technology, all the bells and whistles, everything you expect from Ford. And you know what? Heiser backs it up. They've got all their great programs.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, you can exchange it for a different vehicle. Who does that? Heiser does. It's got all the safety features that makes you and your passengers feel comfortable on the ride. All of the great features of Heiser. There's a couple things you can do. You can go to one of their great locations, check out all their vehicles. The lots are full right now. Check them out. Pre-owned, new, ready for your visit. Or you go to Heiser.com. It'll take you to wherever you want to go. Service, new cars, pre-owned, all easy to find, easy to do. That's why they say every day. What do they say? Today is your day.
Today's your day.
Thank you, Carole.
Mm-hmm.
The #1 selling brand of chainsaws isn't sold at the big box stores. Find STIHL tools only at 10,000 locally owned STIHL dealers. Real STIHL, find yours at stihlusa.com.
So I came to Advent because I was experiencing recurrent sinus infections. As a new mom, it was really kind of difficult.
Many of our patients complain of sinus infections. The headaches, fatigue, and nasal stuffiness have a profound effect on their lives.
I just felt like your sickness starts affecting your energy level and, the things that you really enjoy doing. That really was a breaking point for me.
So Molly came to Advent. Abnormally tight sinuses and swollen turbinates led to simple breathing triangle solutions that ended up taking about 20 minutes in office. And very soon thereafter, she was breathing freely.
I'm just in awe at the amount of air that that I'm able to breathe in and out each night, and I haven't had a sinus infection since the procedure.
I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. When you breathe well, you do live better.
Results may vary.
WTMJ Now.
Radio Libby, Carole, Caine joining me here on WTMJ Now. I'm Steve, of course. Winding down the old year, getting set for the new year.
It's absolutely shocking to me that we're at 2024 already.
It is kind of amazing because I remember Y2K, and that's, quarter century ago now.
Yeah.
Like it was yesterday.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah.
I mean, and everybody was like, Chicken Little, panic, panic.
I worked for Nielsen at the time. We were all on call in case something bad happened because we're a data company. All the numbers got screwed up because of the shift.
Well, and I was on the radio, and we didn't know if everything was going to blow up. We were like, I don't know, are we going to be on the air or not?
See, we were overreacting to things even back then.
I just think that's human nature for a lot of things. I mean, Yeah, and then we have the underreaction. We had all the anti-vaxxers with the COVID thing, and it's just like, oh my goodness sakes,
People still getting sick.
It killed my mom.
I don't think you've said that on the show before, but that's a reality.
That's a reality. Yeah.
It's some people don't want to face reality. So we're going to do this. We're scheduled to talk to Brandon Snide after the break. Talk about some Packers. He's on vacation, so he may or may not call in. Who knows? Who knows if he's even listening?
He won't stiff us. Back to our previous conversation.
I'll let that one go. So I teed it up. We're going to tee it up with a show poll.
Okay.
And if you're not on the X, which is a good life decision, here's the question.
Okay.
Just a few days away from 2024.
Yes.
Time for our annual New Year resolutions, right?
Yes.
What makes the cut? And I just gave some obvious ones. I don't really want to talk about health and fitness because we should all be doing that.
And that was kind of what I had established. But then when you said no, I had to think of something else, and I came up with a good one.
So I gave you a few choices. This can go any way you want it to go.
Okay.
I give you lose weight, save more money, travel, ? Which is really travel more. Or comments. I got 11 comments already on the X post. If you're not on the X, again, good life decision. You can give us your thoughts. You can call as well. We'll start that about 10:15 or so, and we'll discuss your New Year's resolutions. Can be fun. I'm going to tell you about a couple of mine that have worked really well.
You mean like from last year?
Well, one is 2 years old. That one I told you about this morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Email?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember that conversation from like an hour
that.
ago?
We're going to talk about it.
All right, we got a break here. Early break for news, but then we're going to be joined hopefully by Brandon Snide, big-time sports guy. News is next. WTMJ.
More of WTMJ now after this. For the latest on Capitol Hill, tune in to CBS's chief Washington correspondent, Major Garrett.
The Biden re-election campaign and its surrogates will be making many, many traces through Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin for all of the understood fundamental blocking and tackling reasons of a re-election campaign. What's your message? Who's your messengers? And is it resonating? And if it isn't, send more messengers, send more messaging, and get your people energized.
Thursdays at 3:45 on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
I love the Fox and Hound Supper Club, especially the Friday fish fry. And all other dinners are buy one, get one free. I love that. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Fox and Hounds is one of the most gorgeous and affordable supper clubs to visit during the holiday season. Order anything on the menu, including steak and lobster, and your second dinner is free. Desserts, and I love that chocolate cake, are also buy one, get one free. Sip on a delicious old-fashioned, Manhattan, bourbon, 100 wines. They've got Guinness on tap. The Fox and Hounds has been transformed into a winter wonderland with thousands of lights, decorations, and Christmas characters inside and out. It is spectacular. You'll feel the warmth of those 7 real wood-burning fireplaces right away. Saturday night, buy one prime rib dinner, get one free, and the Sunday brunch is magnificent. Kids and grandkids under 3 always eat for free. The Fox and Hounds off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill. The drive is beautiful. Escape from your kitchen this weekend with a free dinner. Reserve at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Losing sleep lately? The job, the house, the headlines, or investments? How about the feeling your investment partner isn't a partner at all? They might be operating in someone's best interest, but that someone isn't you. It's time for Annex Wealth Management. It's easy. Head to annexwealth.com, click the Get Started button. We work in your best interest as a fiduciary. That commitment runs so deep, we put it in writing. Does your advisor do that? Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management. Start at annexwealth.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, farm is in our name, so you know we're animal experts, offering the quality pet food, supplies, and advice you need for healthy, happy pets. Right now, get a free $20 Blaine's gift card with $100 spent on Hill's Science Diet dog or cat food, 20% off select pet dental care and treats, 40-pound bags of Blaine's brand black oil sunflower seed, $21.99. Plus, fill your pet and animal prescriptions online at blainesrx.com. Our stores will be closed on New Year's Day, but farmandfleet.com is always open.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
Here's a lob pass. Lillard up top to Giannis with a reverse dunk on the alley-oop.
The Bucks are in Cleveland with coverage starting tonight at 6 on your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Good morning, 10 o'clock. We have cloudy skies, 39 degrees, partly cloudy this afternoon with a high of 41 from the WTMJ Breaking News Center. I'm Connie Weber. A child and an adult involved in a head-on collision with a semi-truck near 25th and Villard on Milwaukee's north side happened around 3:30 this morning. One of them had to be extricated. Intersection was blocked while police investigated the crash. Access to Ascension Family Health will be on 22nd Street. The conditions of the two are not known. Maine became the second state Thursday to remove former President Donald Trump from the presidential primary ballot, but an attempt to do so in Wisconsin was denied. A brewer from northern Wisconsin, Kurt Bangstad, filed a complaint with the Wisconsin Election Commission yesterday afternoon. The commission denied it within hours. UW La Crosse assistant professor Anthony Chergosky tells TMJ4 News.
They didn't do anything surprising. This was very much expected. And now we can turn our attention to how the courts in Wisconsin might handle this legal issue.
The commission does not have a role in placing candidates on the presidential ballot. That's done by a presidential preference selection committee consisting of party organization members and state legislatures. A federal judge in Manhattan rejecting an attempt by New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez to delay his corruption trial. Veteran Democrats' lawyers argued the case was complicated and they needed more prep time. The judge agreed with prosecutors there's no justification for that. New Jersey's senior senator and his wife Nadine charged with accepting cash, gold bars, and a Mercedes from three businessmen in exchange for political favors. The TSA preparing for another jam-packed day today. Millions of travelers expected as the holiday travel season continues. ABC's Zareen Shaw has more from LAX.
Just yesterday, there were 2.6 million people who were screened at airports across the country. And overall, it's going to be busier this year than last year and for longer periods of time. Just today, 3.7 million seats were sold. Until January 2nd, 17.3 million seats sold. As for flights in the sky, over 43,000 planes in the air today. Tomorrow, over 48,000.
Millions of minimum wage workers counting down the days until the new year, with 2024 promising a major pay bump across nearly 24 states. ABC's Morgan Norwood has that story.
Despite rising inflation and cost of living increases, those who, of course, have lived on minimum wage have had a much harder time, paying rent, buying groceries, the essentials there. And starting January of next year, close to 10 million workers across 22 states will have more money in their paychecks, and that's all thanks to a boost in minimum wage.
Fond memories continue to be shared this week of the late Herb Cole.
Retired sportscaster Jim Paschke tells WTMJ he's joyfully remembering a life well lived after working with Senator Cole for 28 years.
As any of the employees over that period of time will tell you, he treated us so very well. Employees are remembering him coming into our offices, and he would actually tell employees that he loved them.
Paschke also remembering when the Bucks won their 2021 title.
I had the honor of announcing the night that Senator Cole received his championship ring, and I think that will always be a great memory for me. The crowd stood in appreciation.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Bring on the brine. With a chance for light snow over the weekend, the Milwaukee Department of Public Works will conduct an anti-icing operation of the main streets and bridges starting this morning. Anti-icing, a 23.3% salt brine solution that's applied in advance of the snow to prevent snow from bonding to the pavement. It also helps reduce salt usage. Time for news about your money and the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Markets are down right now. The Dow is off 24 points. The Nasdaq is down 68, and the S&P 500 is down 9. Get ready for 2024 with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:04.
This report sponsored by Mr. Holland's Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit MrHollandsHeatingandAir.com.
Don't you just love when a package is delivered? Okay, I suppose it depends on what's inside. Well, there's one massive package that's due to arrive at any minute, whether you're ready for it or not. That's right, winter is all packaged up and out for delivery. Hi, this is Steve from Mr. Holland's Home Services. Speaking of packages, this month, Mr. Holland's crew is dispatching a package deal on a new heating and air system. We will deliver and install a complete new, highly efficient, heavily warranted comfort package, and you select the savings. Get 0% financing for up to 24 months with approved credit, or pay up front and enjoy a deep package discount. Just think of it as your winter care package from Mr. Holland's Home Services. But don't wait until that polar parcel pops up on your doorstep. Call 866-992-1717 or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. If you need a comfort system that can deliver the goods, we can help.
Set your independence in motion. It starts with PACE at Community Care. The program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, also known as PACE, offers complete medical and long-term care services. A team of dedicated healthcare professionals coordinates all aspects of care to support independent living as long as possible. Learn more about a community that cares. Visit joinpacewi.com or call 833-900-PACE. That's joinpacewi.com or call 833-900-PACE.
The Brewers Kids Crew, presented by U.S. Bank, is back for the 2024 season. For just $35, get your little one set up like a super fan when they become an official Kids Crew member. Each kit comes with 6 2024 ticket vouchers, a ballpark tour, and awesome Brewers merch like a City Connect jersey and limited edition sunglasses. Learn more at brewers.com/kidscrew.
The Packers lost to Kirk Cousins and the Vikings 2 months ago in Green Bay. The task on New Year's Eve, even the score with quarterback Jared Hall at the controls for Minnesota. Vikings making another switch at QB, going with the rookie from BYU. One day later, the Badgers will ring in 2024 with a bowl game matchup with LSU in Tampa. Wisconsin listed as a 10-point underdog against the Tigers. The Bucks' 4-game road trip concludes tonight in Cleveland against the Cavaliers. Catch the game here on 620 WTMJ with pregame programming tipping off at 6 p.m. Also on the court tonight, the Milwaukee Panthers hosting Robert Morris in Horizon League play. And the Wisconsin hockey team beat Air Force last night 3-0 in the Holiday Hockey Face-Off at Fiserv Forum. The Badgers drop the puck against Northeastern tonight in the title matchup. Bob Brainerd, WTMJ Sports.
Taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. We're looking at another Friday light, probably a Friday holiday weekend light. Typical drive times, 94 inbound from Highway 16 to the Zoo, about 11 minutes. And the Zoo into downtown running 5. 41, 45 southbound from Highway Q to the Zoo interchange, about a 13-minute drive this morning.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
Be our eyes on the roads. Report incidents to the WTMJ HallMazdaMilwaukee.com traffic tip line 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Mazda during Mazda's Season of Inspiration.
In WTMJ 5-day forecast, partly cloudy and 41 today. Clear tonight with a low of 28. Sunny and 40 tomorrow, then a chance of snow showers on Sunday. 37 for the high. Sunny and 35 on Monday, and sunshine on Tuesday with a high of 39. Madison 31, Green Bay 33, Milwaukee 38 degrees. I'm Connie Weber, citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 10:08.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue, it's WTMJ Now. News, opinions, Wisconsin. Everything you need to know in the Badger State and beyond. Here they are, Steve Scaffidi and Carole Caine.
Oh, yes, America's favorite co-host joining me in studios on the Avenue.
I can't believe I got some billing. That's kind of fun.
I got yelled at by a texter because I didn't say your full name.
What?
Can you be more worked up about something that doesn't matter?
You just said Carole instead of Carole Caine?
Do I have to say Carole Caine every time?
No.
How many Carols are co-hosting the show?
In fact, I don't know anybody really that's named Carole anymore.
Is that a name that's not popular anymore?
It's really not. No. Anybody, if you hear somebody by the name of Carole, they're usually right in my wheelhouse of age.
You know what is a very popular boy's name?
Steven?
No. Nobody names their kid Steven anymore. Brandon.
Oh, well, and rightfully so.
I know like 10 Brandons off the top of my head. And then one of them is joining us right now on the Tri-County Contracting Hotline.
When I think of Brandon and associate it with an individual, I think of a tall, really good-looking guy.
Well, we don't have that. Brandon Snide joining us on... Yes!
I think you both are lying.
Yes. Right
Hi,
through our
B.
teeth.
How you doing, B?
Good morning. Good morning, Carole. When Steve asked me to join you this morning, I didn't know you were on, so this makes my day even better that I get to hear your voice and get to talk to you. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. Did you have a nice holiday?
We did. It was chaotic as it always is, but it was fantastic. I enjoyed the warm weather this year, so it was different, but it was good. It was nice.
In full disclosure, Brandon's actually off this week. I insisted that he join us today for a few minutes.
Well,
I never tell Steve no.
We need to talk this. We need to talk the Packers because I watched that last game, and I actually exactly. I wanted to. I was yelling at the TV.
Yeah, that might have been one of the more frustrating wins that I can remember. That's for sure. When it was 30-16, I was feeling pretty good, kind of relaxed a little bit. It was Christmas Eve, getting the kids ready to watch a Christmas movie, make some Christmas cookies for Santa. And then it became like 30-22, and then it tied it up, and I was like, okay. Sat back down on my couch and was wondering how they were going to ruin the holiday for me this year. But they pulled through. Frustrating. For me, Carole, I take any win how you can get them. You know, and they all count the same, and it's a cliche thing to say. But what we saw on last Sunday, was exactly what we've seen in the last 2-3 years under Joe Barry, right? Defense that just gets gashed by everybody, no matter who they have out there on offense. Bryce Young didn't have a touchdown pass since October, before Halloween. And, of course, he throws a few against the Packers, which I don't think, if you're a Packers fan, you're at all surprised that Joe Barry's defense did that allowed that. But Jordan Love looked good. So, there's something positive to take away from it.
All right, the big news this week, Jaire Alexander out. What do you make of that story?
You and I have talked about it offline before. There's something weird going on, and there has been, Steve, for quite some time. And Matt LaFleur basically said it at his press conference following the announcement of his suspension, that it's never, and I'm using Matt LaFleur's words, it's never one thing. Never one thing. So him doing the coin toss was probably the cherry on top, the straw that broke the camel's back and sent the Packers, to have to do something. But there's been something going on with Jaire, the way he talks at his locker room following practice, the fact that he's practicing all year but not playing.
That's the part that I don't understand. How? Why? Why?
Well, and even more weird is Packers went out, and I don't know if this story really got talked about a whole lot. When the Packers went out to New York to play in that Monday night game against the Giants, Jaire didn't travel with them. He had traveled with them all the way up until that game, and he did not travel with the team. And then the following week, he was not on the field during warm-ups with the rest of the guys who were on IR or who were, injured or whatever. So there's been a lot of weird things, and then, Matt LaFleur tells you there's nothing going on and it's normal, and then all of a sudden he walks out on the field and does the coin flip on his own and almost screws it up. The referee helped him out because he didn't have to, and if he didn't, I'm sure that would have been even worse. But I think it was the right call from Brian Gutekunst. This is the NFL's youngest team. You can't allow your guys, especially your highest paid guys, to just do as they please. This is still a business. It's still an organization. There's still rules. There's still ways to go about things. And Jaire hasn't been a leading example for the league's highest paid corner in NFL history. He's not a guy where you look at and be like, yeah, that's a team captain. We want him, we want our young guys to follow him because he just hasn't been that guy. And his play on the field hasn't even been that good this year.
All right, I have a question for you, and it may be a little controversial, but could there possibly be, when you're bringing up all these facts and how he's not playing, but he's practicing, he's not traveling, he's screwing up on the sidelines, is there a possibility of like a mental issue, a stress level that he is having trouble coping with?
Great question. I wouldn't really necessarily know the answer. I will say this, though, Carole. Jair is a different character, and it's not to say that, there's something wrong with him, or he's always been kind of an oddball type of guy, right? He's extremely different as opposed to your normal guy, normal players. Just he kind of wears, different clothes. He has the sunglasses at his locker room after practice. He's different. He's vibrant. He's energetic. He says some crazy things that usually gets a laugh out of people. A couple of weeks ago, he told the reporters as they were approaching him at his locker that they can ask him questions, but he's going to lie to them. And it was just really weird. And it's been a weird thing with him all year long. As far as like the mental health thing, I wouldn't be able to answer that. He would be the only one to answer that.
Okay.
But it has not been the Jair that we've grown accustomed to since Goody drafted him back in 2018. This year's just been really weird. And again, I don't want to make, accusations, but I don't know, maybe does the David Bakhtiari affect? Gary Ellerson from ESPN Milwaukee, he talked about the David Bakhtiari effect, guys, doing kind of what they want, establishing, I wouldn't say what they want, but what they feel is right for themselves. Is that affecting how Jair? And that's what Matt LaFleur and Brian Gutekunst had to grab a hold of, because you can't allow these players to just kind of dictate and do what they want. You don't walk on the field and make yourself a captain, whether you're from Charlotte, which he is, Jair's from there, or not. It doesn't matter, because it causes a snowball effect. Then guys are, well, Jair got away with this. I wonder if I can get away with this. He got away with this. I wonder if I can get away with that.
Does Matt LaFleur have control of his roster and his team?
I think he does. Yeah, I think he does. I really do. And I know there's a lot of people that say, he's lost the locker room. Look, I don't know any of that, right? We can accuse them of losing the locker room. I do not think that the defense is on board with Joe Barry. However, these are professional athletes. I don't think the locker room is lost. They're still fighting for a playoff spot. They win out. If they win these last two games, Steve, they have a 96% chance of going to the playoffs.
Yeah, the big thing there is if. And Sunday night they play the Vikings in a dome in Minneapolis.
That's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, another tough game for Jordan Love against Brian Flores. But I don't think the locker room's lost. I think Matt LaFleur has a good grasp on it. I think everybody in there also knows that this is probably Joe Barry's last few games as a Packers defensive coordinator, and guys are still out there playing. It's good to have the youngest roster in the NFL, I think, because guys just don't know any better, and they're just going out and they're playing.
And we'll talk about this next week as well when we break down the Sunday night Vikings-Packers game. Give me a prediction, since we want to let you get back to your vacation.
Well, I think it's going to be a close game. Brian Flores had Jordan Love all sorts of confused in their matchup at the end of October. But I do think that the Packers find a way. It's going to be a frustrating game. Jaron Hall's getting the start. You heard Bob Brainerd's sports update there. His first career start. He's a mobile quarterback, probably going to pressure the defense way more than we're going to be comfortable on a Sunday night as we head into the new year. But I think the Packers are going to walk out with a victory. Look, Jordan Love's playing. He's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now. You can make the argument that he's top 7 right now. I mean, he's playing at a really good level. And hopefully you get some guys back healthy. Wicks did not practice yesterday. Watson did not practice yesterday. You want to see at least one of those two guys get on the practice field today. Matt LaFleur indicated they need at least one practice before they head out to Minnesota tomorrow. But nonetheless, you still get Jaden Reed back. And Jordan Love has proven that he can kind of win games. He won in Carolina he was down 3 receivers, his top 3 receivers, and he still had a really good game. So I'm going to go Packers 27, Minnesota 20.
All right. From your mouth to the football god's ears. All right. We'll talk about it next Tuesday.
Bye, B.
Brandon Stein, get back to vacation.
Happy New Year's, guys. Happy New Year's.
Thank you. You too.
Guys.
All right. After the break, your New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
Let's skip the health and fitness stuff. That should be on everyone's list, right? Can we agree upon that?
Well, we have to because of the fact that I've got to get away from eating the prime rib fat, so I have to get healthier.
And stop dipping your fries in mayo. Mayonnaise, as they said in Officer and a Gentleman.
Don't you be hating my mayo.
I didn't say I hated mayo, but dipping fries in mayo is a completely different. Think how much mayo you're consuming. I'm just saying.
That mayonnaise you brought me from France?
Yes.
I haven't cracked the other one yet. I ate it by the spoonful.
You're addicted to mayonnaise.
I am.
Mayonnaise with Carole Caine. That's next.
More of WTMJ Now after this. While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. The latest in news.
Former Attorney General Bill Barr, do you believe Donald Trump is fit to be president?
Entertainment.
Matt Miller from OnMilwaukee.com.
I cried in this Godzilla movie. I cried
No, you
3
didn't.
times. I did.
And more.
The top 10 most dangerous Christmas songs to drive to this holiday season.
Every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Chris and Tim closed their first loan with Accunet $116,000 ago in terms of the median sales price in southeastern Wisconsin. We helped their daughter buy a home earlier this year, and now we're helping them buy their retirement condo. We're told there were 3 offers, 2 cash offers, and Chris and Tim's offer backed up by an Accunet rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval. All 3 offers were probably over the asking price, but we're surmising Chris and Tim's offer was the highest because when the sellers asked the listing broker if they could count on the offer with the pre-approval letter, the answer was simply, Accunet really does their homework. It's not easy to beat a cash offer over the asking price, but that's exactly what Tim and Chris did with some help from their trusted family mortgage lender. If you don't think the lender's name on your pre-approval letter matters, think again. It's still a seller's market in the Badger State, so click on the blue button at Accunet.com today to get started with your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval. That's ACCUNET.com.
What's better than free? How about play free all year? This January at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you can win over $2,000 in reward play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games to earn prize drawing entries. Then stop by each Thursday night in January to see if you're a winner. $400,000 in prizes is up for grabs. Over 40 winners each week. Yeah, free is for me. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
Griffin's Holiday Service Special is here. For just $179.95, enjoy an oil change, tire rotation, air filter, wiper blades, and a complete multi-point inspection. We'll even check your battery and make sure your car's heating is winter ready. Drive into any of our 5 Griffin dealerships and unwrap the gift of worry-free driving. 'Tis the season for happy savings and happy car. See Griffin for details.
WTMJ Now.
New Year brings new challenges. 2024 is a leap year. Did you know that? 2024?
No, I did not.
February 29th. Extra day.
Well,
do we get paid extra for work?
Lou's birthday is on the 24th of February. We'll see if he makes it.
All right. We'll talk about Lou later in the show, too.
Yep.
So it's an Olympic year, election year, of course. What will the rates and markets look like during all of this? What benefits and challenges could it bring? Join me and Annex Wealth Management's Dave Spano, the best in the business.
This is a great thing that you're doing.
Yes. Next Thursday, January 4th.
Right.
Next Thursday, not this Thursday because we've already passed it. January 4th at 1 p.m., a live webinar called Market Outlook, Risks and Opportunities to get all your financial questions answered as we navigate through 2024. All you got to do, text the word WEB, W-E-B, to the Old National Bank talking text line 855-616-1620 to sign up for this insightful webinar and prepare yourself for the new year. That's W-E-B, WEB, to 855-616-1620. I've done these with Dave before.
They're really...
Hundreds of people tune in, and the questions are amazing. I learned stuff.
Sure.
And Dave's like the expert on all of this stuff.
He knows everything.
And I just had a conversation with my Annex person a couple weeks ago. Every year is different, right? This has been a great end of the year for the markets and hopefully for your 401ks and your investments.
Right.
But there's always challenges like tax planning. Are you getting closer to retirement? What do? You start withdrawing from all these questions. They're going to look at all the risks and opportunities. Join us, Dave Spano, yours truly, next Thursday, 1 p.m. But just text the word WEB to 855-616-1620. Okay. That's a New Year's resolution.
I was just going to say that. Yes, that's a great resolution is to pay yourself first.
Yes. Absolutely.
There you go.
And anybody who's got a 401k has got to be loving what's going on in the markets as of late.
To tell you the truth, I haven't looked at my quarterly statement yet, just because I bled money over Christmas and I didn't want to see.
I just looked. I don't look that often because I got Annex handling my investments, and they do such a great job. And I was blown away. And that's probably a common story. So I thought we'd spend some time in this half hour or so.
Okay.
Next half hour. I'm actually a fan of resolutions again.
Okay.
But not the health and fitness. I've done trainers for a year and a half. I did powerlifting and weight training.
Oh, you're not doing that anymore?
I kind of do it on my own.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But I paid a trainer for a long time. They were great. Impact Fitness in Oak Creek. If you want a trainer, they're really good. It is a investment in yourself. But I don't want to get bogged down. Is that the right term? With just talking about health and fitness, we should all do that.
It should be our pledge on a daily basis.
Absolutely. Especially when you get older, you got to be thinking about this stuff. God bless my parents. They still walk every morning.
I find that charming.
They're 87 and 88.
They probably hold hands. They're such a charming couple.
I don't know if they hold hands or not.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, they just had the anniversary last week. 66 years, I think.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, right?
Yeah, it's incredible.
So I thought we'd spend some time. I want to hear from you.
Okay.
And that means all of you listening, however you're listening, over the air or over the stream, and wave to all the people on the stream.
Okay.
New Year's resolution. So I did one 2 years ago that I still do today. And I showed you my phone earlier.
Yeah.
2 years ago, in and around this time of the year, right after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's, I looked at my phone, and I'm opening my phone right now.
Okay.
My inbox.
Yeah, okay.
10,000 messages I had, unread emails. Now, most of it's spam and nonsense.
I was going to say, is that because you're important?
Whatever it is. I mean, I get probably 200 to 300 emails a day.
Okay.
So I said to myself, Steve, because I often call myself Steve when I'm
speaking the third person,
or the Stever.
Okay.
I give myself a nickname.
Oh no.
Yeah, or something even more crazy.
Okay.
I said, you know what? No more. So I spent at least 3 or 4 hours deleting all those messages.
Because I'm looking at mine right now.
I didn't want to mass delete. I wanted to look at them.
See, mine is, I've got 3,600.
That's too many.
Well, I'm starting to think so.
Guess how many I have right now?
1.
3. And they just came in the last 15 minutes.
Okay.
So I constantly, throughout the day, into the evening, review my emails, delete them if I don't need them.
Well, you know what? And to tell you the truth, I should be doing it. I just get lazy. And I know that that's no excuse. But I don't look at them every single day. If you're sending me a text, that's one thing. The emails are out of control. The texts I can take care of, but the emails are out of control. So I know that you were kind of chastising me off the air before we got started because you're like, Carole, you got to get this stuff cleaned up. So okay, you're guilting me into it, so I'll sit down and try and do it.
Mm-hmm. So that's your New Year's resolution?
Well, that's one.
Yeah.
That's going to be one. I'll follow in your lead, and we'll go from there. But I had done health and fitness, and you said I couldn't do that. So
you can do that. I just don't want it to be the focus. Because everybody should say that.
My New Year's resolution for 2024 is I'm going to start having more fun. I'm going to have more fun. I get bogged down in, worries and stress and stuff like that, and to hell with it. I'm going to start having more. Carole's going to live for Carole. I'm going to start having a little bit more fun. It's not that I'm going to deny anybody my attentions if needed, or I won't help. I will help somebody. Of course I will. But I just need to have more fun.
It's a quest for fun.
Right.
How will you pursue this quest?
You know what I think I'm going to try and do, and this is where I'm going to use the social media angle of things and try and reconnect with people that I've lost touch with. And get back together with them and try and have them be a part of my life. I've got my constants. I've got, Liz and Alex and Alex's girlfriend Jenna and Lou and I just need to get more people into my circle. And there might be a new puppy in the future. I don't know.
Why am I not surprised by that? Now, last year's resolution for me is a work in progress. Do you remember what it was? I think you were doing a show with me when I talked about it. I was going to be more patient.
Oh, yeah, that didn't work out.
I was going to calm down.
That didn't happen.
I think it lasted for like 3/4 of the year. Then my wife noticed this. I'm watching the Packers game.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like out of my mind like I used to be. She goes, you said at the beginning of the year 6 or 7 wins was... I go, yeah, I'm totally losing it over the Packers. I got to stop doing that.
Yeah, but you're a passionate Sicilian. So I can see that that's kind of like... That's the fiber of your being.
Everybody out there notice you didn't put smart in that equation anywhere, or just passionate?
Smart,
Where was
passionate.
the smart part of that?
God, you've been busting me all day. Smart, passionate Sicilian, and I can see that it's just part of your fabric. That's how you are. Now, and here's another one. On the springboarding off of that, you just reminded me, I have a terrible temper. Terrible.
Which I've never seen, by the way.
No, and it's hair trigger. Like
There's people around here that are nuts. I love all my teammates, but please.
I can go from 0 to 150,000 hot, white hot.
I can't even picture that.
Oh, it can be bad. It can be real.
Is it yelling? Is it what? How does that manifest?
There's some yelling in there. There's some
curse words.
What do you think?
The big ones.
I'm like, I swear, like a merchant marine. Are you kidding?
That does not surprise me.
But I will say this: there was a few years ago, a couple, 2-3 years ago, we were at a restaurant. And it was the four of us.
Hold that thought. We're late for break.
Got it. Oh, sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Hold that thought. Put it all together in a nice little package. Put a nice bow on it.
That's what I do best.
And then Jim from Bayview will also chime in with his resolution.
Okay.
What's yours? 855-616-1620. I gots to know.
Okay.
On this almost New Year's Eve, which is 2 days from today.
I
right?
know. Unbelievable.
Isn't it? All right. Quick break here on WTMJ Now.
More of WTMJ Now after this. Officially closing the book on a 25-year career. Congratulations to Jeff Wagner and his retirement. However, this isn't the last you'll hear of Jeff. Keep it tuned for our Best of Jeff Wagner compilations, airing every day from noon to 3 for the rest of the year. A tribute to the illustrious career, remembered with the best moments from the Jeff Wagner Show. Every day from noon to 3. We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
Wagner retired? Just kidding. All right. This is WTMJ, Steve Scaffidi for Advents. Carole, you know this.
I've heard you talk about it, and I think I've got to investigate on my own.
I'm nothing if I'm not well rested. And I had all those problems that people have, like snoring, excessive snoring, tossing and turning, all that stuff.
Sure.
I mean, you never slept in the same bed as me, but I've told you about it.
Yes, you've told me about it and how it affected your lovely wife, Kathy.
Yes, I was making her miserable.
Yeah.
The poor thing. And so I went to Advent, 30-minute visit, 2 docs. Their facilities are amazing. They put me at ease. And they said, you know what your problem is? Your sinuses, nasal passages. They're all blocked up. Not getting enough oxygen, which actually can make you dumber. Did you know that?
Well, I can imagine. And the whole breathing triangle thing that you keep talking about, I had no idea that even existed.
You know, I slept for 8 hours straight last night because of Advent, basically. No tossing, turning,
Bragger.
no snoring. Well,
I'm still on the couch with Sydney.
Well, if you want to sleep like I did, and
Yes,
by the way, if you sleep with a partner, help them out as well. Find out how breathing well and sleeping well can make your nights better. Go to AdventKnows.com, schedule an appointment today, because I know this, and Advent knows. When you breathe well, you live better.
There you go.
This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. The Energy Star ratings for windows are getting a lot tougher to get the tax credits, so you're going to want to take advantage of. Fortunately, we still have options that will qualify you for those tax credits. Now, I can sit here and talk benefits of this product or what's great about that product. So can everybody else. But what a lot of operations can't do is, with complete confidence, stand behind the crew that's going to be on that next job. Talk is cheap, I get it, but our people are exceptional. How do I know? Because me and Vito handpick every single person that makes our team. Some make the cut, a lot don't. And that's why you can be confident that the windows we install for you will be top quality, installed right, and that you're going to get great service. And that's never failed us. So for your home's new windows, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
It's WTMJ Now.
The Carole Caine. Joining me, Steve Scaffidi in studio here at the Avenue Studios, beautiful downtown Milwaukee on Wisconsin Avenue in the great state of Wisconsin and the tremendous country that is the United States of America. I got it all in there.
Yep, there you go.
Every once in a while, you got to say the whole thing out loud. So I interrupted you before. I just interrupted you again.
No.
So you were going to share something.
Well, just springboarding off from that quickly, I'm Wisconsin born and raised, and I am so proud to call Wisconsin my state. I am so proud to be a part of this state. There, that being said. So, back to my temper. So, we were out for dinner, the four of us. It was Liz, Alex, me, and Lou. And the service was slow at best. And things were starting to come out, and they were all wrong. And it was just a mess. And then, unfortunately, there was a guy that got sick on the floor, and the waiters were stepping over this, not even cleaning it up.
That's gross.
And finally, the server came over, and I was just getting madder and madder and madder. And I said, "Hey, you want to clean that up?" And she goes, "Yeah, we're getting on it." I said, "No." And finally, Liz looked at her, and she said, "I don't think you understand. You do not want to make my mom mad." And the server looked and said, "Really?" And I go, volcanic eruption, does that mean anything to you? And so when my kids are telling people, don't make her mad, I have a terrible temper.
Wow, did you ever punch anybody?
You know what?
On purpose.
I would say that I probably on the shoulder, did that kind of thing. But outside of that, I mean, I don't hit people.
That's good. Good philosophy of life.
Yeah.
All right. So we asked for New Year's resolutions. Save the fitness, health club, eat better. We're all going to do that.
We're all going to do that.
Maybe for a couple of days, and then we go back to our regular habits.
Right.
Jim from Bayview starts us off. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, good morning. First of all, Happy New Year to you two.
Thank you. You too.
You are a great radio team.
Thank you for that.
Listening.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
My resolution is pretty close to Carole's. Mine is to do more things that make me happy, such as see more places, eat more delicious food, and smoke more good cigars.
There you go.
Hey, that last one, I'm in on that one, Jim. Thanks for the call, Jim from Bayview. That cigar one, I love a good cigar.
I know you do, and I dropped the ball for your birthday, and I didn't get you a cigar, and I should have. But
the good news is my son-in-law's picked up the slack.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. We just need to lighten up.
Lighten up, Francis, is the popular cliched term. Mike from Illinois.
Hi, Mike.
Happy New Year, Mike.
Happy New Year to both of you. Good to hear you again, Carole.
Thank you very much, Mike.
And first of all, Happy New Year to both of you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Always appreciate listening to you guys.
We appreciate it back.
I don't know. I appreciate that too. Don't know if you referenced it, but I loved your option of gentlemen. And the line is, in every class, there's one joker who thinks he's smarter than me.
Yes.
And this year it happens to be you. Mayonnaise.
That is still one of my favorite movies of all time. And most people under 40 haven't watched it. You should go back and watch it. It's actually an interesting. I know it's cliched and in some ways it's demeaning to women in some cases, but it's a great film.
Think so.
Yeah, it's a great film.
A great film.
Yeah.
Mayo the WAP.
Yeah.
He
is. So Mike, what's your New Year's resolution?
So, as I told Charlie, I know this might sound kind of, cliche-ish as well, but I'm going to try to live my values better. I got a couple of vices that I'm always been working on, but I need to work on them a little harder. And that's my New Year's resolution.
All right. Well, good luck, and try to conquer those vices, whatever they are. I was going to ask him what they were.
Right. Yeah. Well, he wasn't sharing them, so maybe he just wants to keep them a little closer to the vest.
Maybe they're bad vices. You never know. Yeah.
But I really need to calm down and get my temper under control.
Again, I've never seen that side of you.
You don't want to. I mean, seriously, you don't want to.
How could I trigger it? Just to see what... Do you want me to trigger it on the radio?
I can't imagine anything, and I mean this in all sincerity. I really can't imagine anything that you would say to me that would make me angry or hurt my feelings. And I know you're very sensitive to that. Like, you'll say stuff, and all of a sudden I'll be off the air, and you're like... Is that okay? I didn't hurt your feelings. No, you got to go a long way.
Because I'm a sensitive Renaissance man, Carole.
You're a smart, sensitive, we keep adding to the adjectives, smart, sensitive, passionate Sicilian.
This has nothing to do with resolutions, but somebody asked this question. Hi, Carol. Is Elizabeth Kay your daughter?
No.
That is so random.
Well, because I just think because she's an Elizabeth. No, my Elizabeth is a ceramics artist and works down on the south side on Greenfield Avenue.
I have some of her art in my house.
Yes, I know you do.
And I'm very proud of it because it's Packers related.
I know she was.
And everybody sees it just like, wow, that's cool.
Oh, good.
She did a great job with it, by the way.
Good. I will tell her.
All right, let's see what Dennis has to say from the south side. Hi, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call today.
Sure.
I told you, a screener, that a number of years back, and this resolution, if you will, I made coming out of kind of a dark time in my life, and I've carried this on for years and years and years, and so it's a resolution that I do every year, and I've been fairly successful at it. I decided at that time that I was going to, anybody I encounter on any given day, I was going to get them to smile at least and laugh if I can, because I felt that would make the world a better place, and I enjoy doing that.
That's good.
I think that's great. Making other people happy.
And you know the great thing about that, Dennis, is doesn't cost you anything.
Nah, and you wouldn't believe the wealth that you receive in return in terms of making people's days.
That's right.
That might be the only time that day that they'll smile and or laugh.
That's exactly.
Thanks for the call, Dennis. I think Dennis has figured it out.
That's exactly the right thing to do.
All right, we got to take a break. Tex is up next. Lisa's got an idea. We got some texters on the 855-616-1620 Old National Bank talking text line. What's your New Year's resolution? Skip the health and fitness and all that stuff. We're all going to do that. At least we're going to say we're going to do that, and we'll see how long it lasts.
Okay.
We might be eating French fries by the second.
I have
Dipping
trouble.
them in mayo.
The prime rib fat is hard to turn down.
Just the fat, not the prime rib?
I eat everybody's fat off their plate.
Come on. What are you even doing? What are you even doing? It doesn't make any sense.
I can't help it.
All right, we got to take a break on the incredible story of gluttony. Is it gluttony the right word? I think it is, right? Eating everybody else's fats. Carole Caine, everybody, radio legend.
WTMJ Now.
Out with the old. Ken Michaels Furniture and Milwaukee Mattress is having a year-end clearance sale. Save 20% on floor model mattresses. Shop discounted items at 50 to 70% off. Get closeout deals on area rugs. All furniture on the floor is marked down. If you want spectacular savings on the best furniture you'll ever own, stop in today at Ken Michaels Furniture on Highway 100 in Greenfield, Capitol Drive in Brookfield, or our downtown factory showroom. Year-end clearance sale ends soon. Do you love the simplicity and enduring quality of Scandinavian design? Then the year-end clearance sale at Ken Michaels Furniture is for you. Inspired by tradition and built to last, Fjords brings the best of modern Norwegian furniture designed to your home. Save up to 20% on these ergonomic recliners engineered with comfort in mind. Available with manual or power options. Stop in today at Ken Michaels Furniture on Capitol Drive in Brookfield, Highway 100 in Greenfield, or our downtown factory showroom. Sale ends soon.
So here's why you'd want an Armstrong Air heat pump. Consider a powerful electric backup to your gas furnace that can do the work of your furnace very efficiently. That means lower energy bills. And it has a rock-solid 12-year warranty and can act as an AC unit too. But here's the real gist of it. With all the government tax credits you get, you almost get the darn thing free. So see the man in the red van to get reliable efficiency from an Armstrong Air heat pump.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality heating, quality heating.
Once you've lived with it, you know there's no comparison. Hydronic heating is the best in comfort. And when it comes to hydronic heating, the man in the red van can do it all with a 96% efficiency modulating heat boiler, slant fin wall-mounted radiating heat, cast iron radiators, or how about in-floor heat that we can even lay in below your new driveway on your new home build, so you never have to shovel. Now we're talking.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality heating, quality heating.
WTMJ Now.
A special end of the year pre-New Year's Eve show with the radio legend Carole Caine in studio here on WTMJ Now. And somebody asked in the text line, what does NOW stand for? News, opinion in Wisconsin, and more importantly, why it matters. And as I said in the last couple of weeks, the show is going to evolve over the next few months. We'll all be part of that journey together. I can tell you we're going to talk a lot about issues and politics.
Okay.
That's the hint of the tease I will give you. Back to the phone lines from the beautiful state of Florida. Tex joins us.
Hi.
Hi, Tex.
Yeah, afternoon to you. And your usual first hour, that political hour on Friday, that is truly the best hour of all radio anywhere, anytime.
I appreciate that. And I agree wholeheartedly.
Mine is to be a better husband. I'm too grumpy of a person. I'm too short with her. I'm never mean to her, of course, but I'm certainly too short to her often. And my goal is to not be as grumpy and as short with her.
How long have you been married?
19 years.
Okay.
All right. So a young marriage.
Well,
still, relatively speaking.
And
I've been
she's
married.
a good lady. I don't need to be that grumpy with her, but.
Yeah. So how are you gonna actually do that? It's one thing to say it. How are you actually gonna do that, Tex?
Just a lot of things that I would say, I'm just not going to say it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I come back, just snap back, and I've actually tried probably over the last week, so I've been able to do it. But it's one thing doing it for a week versus doing it for a year. But maybe once, my hope is once I get used to it, then it'll be much easier to do. You know what I'm saying?
All right. What's your wife's first name?
Denise.
Denise, report back on Tex's
there you go.
Progress on his. Thank you, Tex. Thanks for listening. That's a great one. Just it doesn't have to be your spouse or your partner. Be nicer to people.
Right. I mean, that's
everybody's a hard, you know what now.
That's something I should take to heart too, because I've been pretty hard on Lou lately. So I should probably be nicer.
We haven't even had our Lou conversation yet.
No, we will.
Because we're going to get to Christmas and all that stuff.
Oh, we will.
Oh boy, here we go.
There we go.
Lisa joins us from the beautiful city you know very well, Mequon.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello, you two crazy kids.
Happy New Year to you.
Hey, I've listened a long time. I know your vibes.
Yes, you do.
So a little crazy. Yes, right.
All right,
and
so
I enjoy it so.
I appreciate that. So what is your New Year's resolution?
You know, piggybacking on what previous callers said, my husband and I decided to not engage in idle gossip, which brings you no joy at all, and to know that the people you might be gossiping about, we don't know what's really going on with them. So the entertainment factor of gossip is really, it needs to stop. And to also understand in this incredibly divisive culture, to just listen more and not talk, listen to why people are having feelings that they do, and just understand them. We don't have to change their minds. We just need to listen. And maybe that'll bring everybody a little bit of peace.
That's very good, Lisa. So I want to encourage you to have a great New Year and follow up on the things you just said and enjoy yourself on New Year's Eve in moderation and have fun. Lisa joining us from Mequon.
Thanks, Lisa. I think that's a big one. Listen, we need to start listening to one another instead of yelling at one another all the time.
This is going to be a very challenging year. I spent most of the show yesterday talking about the challenges of 2024. Like
it's going to be tough.
Trump trials. We've got the Wisconsin Supreme Court. We got all of the turmoil with all of this stuff. And, of course, the big election in November.
Right. Yeah.
How we manage our own emotions, behavior, words that we use are going to be really important. That's why I'm kind of recrafting the 9 o'clock hour to really be issues focused, to talk about things from a reasonable subject matter expert and less like crazy talk.
Well, and you know what? To tell you the truth, that's what people say to me about you all the time. I was just talking to somebody who works at my Sendix, and he said, you know what I love about Steve? He's fair. He takes both sides on, and he doesn't yell and scream and pound and swear, and he's like, he's fair. And I said, yes, he is. And I'm glad I had the opportunity to tell you that Rick said that about you.
Well, thank Rick for saying that. And I hope my wife's listening, because boy, I couldn't have said it any better than myself if I wrote it down. And full disclosure, I did not write it down, correct?
Yeah. Nope. That was completely unscripted.
All right, we got another break to take. New Year's resolutions. We got a lot of them coming in. A lot of them very similar. Just take it one day at a time, live life more simply. And the one that I'm encouraged by, since we're a kind of a partner team here today on the radio, people saying they're going to be nicer to their spouse. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I
yes.
like that.
I know.
Or partner or whatever you got going.
Boy, I'm going to have to bite my tongue a couple
or
times.
Or maybe not. She's Carole Caine. I'm Steve. It's WTMJ Now.
More of WTMJ Now after this.
There's no doubt about it. It does help when you're not paying bigger commissions, especially when you're getting absolutely everything a 6% broker offers. This is Angela Caine with Benefit Realty, and we're discount real estate agents. And all that means is we give you 100% full services and home marketing for less. That's it. With all things being equal, why on earth would you ever pay more than the 3.5 to 3.9% real estate commission that we charge? Benefit Realty, full service for less. Benefit-realty.com. There are definitely a number of cases in which a client was trying to sell their home with a 6% broker, and the home was just sitting on the market. Sometimes a difference of a few $1,000s can mean getting an offer or a home continuing to sit. Discounted commissions allow you to adjust the price of your home without sacrificing equity, and that can make all the difference. Full-service real estate agents at discount commissions of 3.5 to 3.9%. That's what you'll get from Benefit Realty, where we make your move simple and affordable. Benefit-realty.com.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only son. This is Archbishop Listecki. At Christmas time, Jesus comes into the world with a mission to sacrifice his life so that we might have life everlasting. As Catholics, we're spreading the word about the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist. Jesus gives himself to us when the bread and wine become his body and blood during Mass. There is no greater gift we could possibly receive. So join us at Mass and experience the sacrifice of Jesus in the Eucharist. Merry Christmas.
Vince Vitrano for Connect Chiropractic. Been seeing Dr. Alex and his team since the summer. Different kind of chiropractic care. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. They use a special tool for all your adjustments. It's not just for a sore back or neck. Adjustments that can help your body better adapt to stress. Connect Chiropractic is hosting a workshop in January on this very topic. Details coming to the website soon. And coming in early 2024, a new Connect Chiropractic location in Delafield. So much happening at Go Connect Chiro. That's GoConnectChiro.com.
Get your rock solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at ACCUNET.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Are you thinking about updating your bath or shower? Well, turn to Kohler Services for end-to-end bath and shower remodeling, where Kohler design consultants and installers do the work for you. Family-owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Hi, this is Wayne Larrabee, the voice of Green Bay football. You know, fans count on me to make the right call every time, and I can continue to do that thanks to Summit Eye Care of Wisconsin. When my vision began to drift, my eye doctor said Summit Eye Care was the best place to go. Using the latest adjustable implants, the doctors at Summit were able to fine-tune my vision. In fact, my vision is now the best it's ever been. Summit Eye Care was the right call to help me see all the action on game days.
To schedule an appointment at one of their locations, visit SummitEyeWI.com. It's WTMJ Now.
She's Carole Caine. I'm Steve. It is a Friday, end of the year, last show of the year.
Yes.
Which I'm both sad and excited, right? So a lot of big changes happening next year. We'll tell you about those in the year ahead. But it's a long weekend for most people, right?
Right. Are you doing anything?
No. Well, we're going out to dinner Saturday. We always do the night before New Year's.
Oh, okay.
Because, New Year's Eve is what they say, amateur night.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, we're hunkering down, and I'm making hamburgers and tater tots for New Year's dinner. That's it.
That sounds delicious, actually.
I make a darn good hamburger.
So we're going to one of our great partners here at WTMJ, the Packing House on Layton Avenue.
I know you love the Packing House.
Chris Wyken and his team. It's a fantastic restaurant. You'll go in there on the weekend. There's live music in the bar area, and we might have a drink at the bar and then have a nice. I'll probably have steak.
I'm gonna have to get down there. I've never been to the Packing House. I don't.
Wonderful local restaurant.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's what I love about restaurants: consistency. Always good.
Yes.
Not every restaurant can say that.
No.
They can say that. So I got a lot of people texting their New Year's resolutions. My resolution is to eliminate debt and save credit for necessary purchases. Always a good resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Minimize your debt. Carole, someone asked a question.
Okay.
You were talking about prime rib and eating everyone's prime rib fat, which is apparently an addiction for you.
Yeah.
Any good recommendations for a good piece of prime rib?
Well, the packing house, I'm going to have to give it a shot. I've never been down there. But I recently went to the Milwaukee Steakhouse and had a delicious piece of prime rib. And that's on like 60th and Blue Mountain. So, I mean, it's just, a hop, skip, and a jump down. You said it's a 262 area, so that's my area.
Yeah.
It's just head on down. I had the biggest piece of meat on my plate that I have ever seen. Ever. I was just like, wow.
We were talking about this before the show. I literally can't finish most of the meals I get in Wisconsin restaurants. Well, it's too much food.
It's a lot of food.
Whether it's my buddy in Cudahy, Sal Prepara at Papa Luigi's, he comes out with this massive bowl dish of pasta. It's too much food.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Right.
And you know me, I love Italian food, but I mean, he does that. And most of the restaurants, they just give you so much food now.
Well, when we went down to the Milwaukee Steakhouse, we literally had no room for our drinks because the potatoes are the size of a baby's head. But I thought it was reasonable. And the thing is that this is a big thing for me. With the price of your steak, you get your salad and your potato. It's not a la carte.
It's all included.
Yeah, it's all included.
This one just struck me as funny from the 414. I will try to appreciate my husband more and all the things he does, even though I think he's stupid most of the time. Been married for over 45 years. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Ditto.
We're all stupid sometimes.
We're all stupid sometimes.
Anybody that's, who an example of somebody who thinks they're never stupid? The guy from lacrosse. I bet you he never thinks that. He thinks he's a genius, the former chancellor.
He doesn't have...
He thinks he's a genius walking around.
He doesn't have that gene. There are some people out there that don't have that humility gene, and they don't find fault in anything they do, and they think they're the smartest person in the room. And the person who thinks you're the smartest person in the room, you're the dumbest person in the room.
I was listening to him talk, and credit Vince and Eric for having him on, because he was definitely the newsmaker of the day. And I'm thinking, this guy just likes to hear himself talk. He's in love with himself to the point where he's filming himself with his wife.
You know what? Is that the silver lining of this whole thing? At least it's his wife?
I guess.
I mean, seriously, that's how far we've fallen with this dude?
I know there's people that defend him. I think it's clownish behavior, and it's not representative of the institution that UW Lacrosse is. No, it's a fine institution.
Yeah, I agree.
My wife went there briefly. My daughter graduated from there.
Yep.
I've known a ton of people who have gone to that institution, that place of higher learning. And whether a lot of students liked him or not, I don't care about that.
Right.
It's not about likability. It's how you represent the university. And to make this weird claim that because of you being so open and honest about your relationship and your sexuality, more people go there, that's BS.
I know, exactly.
Utter nonsense, my opinion.
No, I agree with you.
All right, got a break for news. And then after the break, our pal, Libby Collins.
I know. This is going to be fun.
Interesting story she's talking about in Sunday's Conversations. We'll get to all of that and more on WTMJ Now. News is next.
More of WTMJ Now after this.
WTMJ, Steve Scaffidi here. We're all excited for a new year. However, you may have some anxiety about your finances. The good news, I'm hosting another look-ahead webinar with our partners at Annex Wealth Management on January 4th at 1 p.m. We'll not only walk through the challenges and fluctuating market projections of the next year, but answer your questions about your finances. Registration for the webinar is open now. Just text WEB to the Old National Bank Talk and Text line 855-616-1620 to sign up. It's the Annex Wealth Management 2024 Market Outlook on January 4th. Sign up today.
It's the last resort that comes with a grueling and painful recovery. And from what I've been told, it never really feels quite natural. A total knee replacement may make the pain you're living with eventually go away, but it opens up a Pandora's box of other possible issues. And that's why surgeons who really do care will tell you that it's a last resort. There are other surgeons who cry,
"Replace! Replace!"
But the physicians you'll find at Rejuvenex are primarily concerned with relief. And you may find out that the relief we give you helps so much so that you may not need to get that total knee replacement. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics. Our FDA-approved pain treatments aid inflammation and lubricate your joints. And in most cases, insurance has been shown to cover the costs. At Rejuvenex, we can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Johnson & Sons Paving. Now's the time to get on the schedule with your commercial paving project for 2024. Booking work in the winter helps you budget and puts the Johnson & Sons design team to work. 2 civil engineers on staff, superintendents and foremen with 2 decades experience. There is nothing they have not seen. They can think outside the box and deliver the parking lot or drive you need in the budget you can afford. Plenty of Johnsons over there, no subcontractors. JohnsonandSonsPaving.com. That's JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
With the Art of Options collection at Penny Mustard, you are in charge.
Create a spectacular sofa that's perfectly you.
Choose your arm style.
Fabric, seat, and cushion.
Add motorized reclining.
Or don't.
A customized creation that's a true work of art.
It's about time someone recognized my artistic flair.
The Art of Options, featuring the Elran sectional, starting at $135 a month with only 1 penny down and no interest till January of 2028 through January 7th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Commercial insurance continues to get more complex. Here's Jeff Salasinski, VP of Insurance Operations at R&R Insurance.
Thanks, Vince. Is your business a target today? Cybercrime and ransomware attacks are creating chaos for business owners today. A couple of our area's most revered brands were recently hit, causing massive business disruptions. Legal system abuse, including attorney advertising and third-party litigation funding, are driving liability and auto insurance costs up significantly. Are you confident your insurance agent understands these issues and is properly protecting your business? Business insurance can no longer just be an expense line item on your income statement. Your insurance program must be part of a more strategic discussion.
So, Jeff, what's the solution?
Sharing market insights and their related impact while laying out the best options for your business are what R&R Insurance does best. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
Here's a lob pass. Lillard up top to Giannis with a reverse dunk on the alley-oop.
The Bucks are in Cleveland with coverage starting tonight at 6 on your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
11 o'clock, we have cloudy skies, 39 degrees, becoming partly cloudy today with a high 41. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Connie Weber. With the first primaries just weeks away, several former Trump staffers now speaking out against the former president's competency in office. Former White House aide Cassidy Hutchinson, who testified for the House of Representatives January 6 committee, tells ABC's Jonathan Carole she's been taken aback by the president's rhetoric since leaving office.
The fact that he feels that he needs to lean into being a dictator alone shows that he is a weak and feeble man.
In less than 3 hours, the Wisconsin Election Commission denied a complaint filed to attempt to remove Trump from the 2024 ballot. Owner of Minocqua Brewing, Kirk Bangstad, filed the complaint and tells TMJ4 News he knew it would be denied.
I am simply a brewer from northern Wisconsin, but I care about my country and I care about democracy, and so that's why I am doing this.
Bangstad now plans to sue the commission after his complaint was denied, which will take it to the Dane County Circuit Court and potentially Wisconsin State Supreme Court. So far, Colorado and Maine are the only 2 states that have removed Trump from their ballots. If the U.S. Supreme Court takes Colorado's case and rules on it, that could make the decision of Trump's placement on ballots for all 50 states. The clock is ticking toward the new year and new legislative maps for Wisconsin. Both Democrats and Republicans have drawn gerrymandered district lines for decades. Assembly Representative for District 23, Deb Andraka, tells WTMJ Now why this time a redraw just might turn out differently.
Back in the 80s, we didn't have the computing power that we do right now. It's much easier to gerrymander and to create a map that gives you a very specific outcome. So what we are looking for now are maps that really map closely what the political outcome in the state. So a 50-50 state should logically have districts that skew somewhat 50-50. Granted, you're going to have, a couple percentage points in either direction.
Andraka says the most successful redistricting commissions in other states have received bipartisan support. Fatal shooting in Milwaukee last night. Police say a 52-year-old victim was shot near 38th and Good Hope. Victim died on the scene. A 39-year-old man taken into custody. That investigation ongoing. 5 police officers have resigned from the Big Bend Police Department. The department said in a Facebook post Thursday a sergeant and 4 officers resigned, and when including Chief Gaglione, who died in October. The officers represent more than 125 years of total law enforcement experience. No reason for the resignations has been shared. The Big Bend Village Board voted in September to dissolve its police department. The Waukesha County Sheriff's Department is to take over services. An Oklahoma man was so angry about the drag show at a local donut shop that he decided to burn the place down. ABC's Jim Ryan says the attempt at arson was not successful.
The gay-friendly donut hole in Tulsa did sustain some damage when then 24-year-old Kobe Green was captured on security video lighting and then tossing a Molotov cocktail through the window. But the shop did reopen after a couple of days. Now, 15 months later, Green has been handed a 5-year prison sentence with a hate crime enhancement.
Time for news about your money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow right now down 122 points, 37,588. NASDAQ is down 105, and the S&P 500 is down 22. The Annex Wealth Management Year-End Tax Planning Guide is here. Download yours at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 11:04.
Ring in the new year with the ultimate timeless gift, a diamond from Diamonds Direct. Whether you're ready to pop the question or celebrating a lifetime of love in 2024, Diamonds Direct can make this New Year's one to remember forever. Diamonds Direct is the area's destination for exquisite diamonds in all shapes and sizes, and our nationwide price guarantee ensures you'll get the best value, period. To showcase that spectacular diamond, we have literally thousands of designer settings from all the top names like Tacori, Verragio, Simon G, A. Jaffe, and many more. And our experts will guide you every step of the way with the education you want and the respect you deserve. Engagement rings, wedding bands, eternity bands, fashion rings. At Diamonds Direct, we specialize in the ultimate symbol of love, and we welcome the opportunity to celebrate with you. So start the new year with some new excitement, new hope, and some new bling. Diamonds Direct on Mayfair Road in front of Mayfair Mall. Proud to call Milwaukee home. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? And if you drive while you're high, law enforcement can definitely tell. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
It's Macy's After Christmas Sale with incredible year-end deals, like 25 to 70% off his New Year's Eve looks, 50 to 60% off boots and handbags to complete her look, and 50% off designer bedding from Hotel Collection and more. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase, except gift cards, services, and fees. More at Macys.com/Star Rewards. Savings off regular and sale prices. Exclusions apply.
Drinking and driving will change your whole world. Whether you get pulled over or get into a crash, things will never be the same. Getting a sober ride will change your world for the better. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
The Packers lost to Kirk Cousins and the Vikings 2 months ago in Green Bay. The task on New Year's Eve evened the score with quarterback Jared Hall at the controls for Minnesota. Vikings making another switch at QB, going with the rookie from BYU. 1 day later, the Badgers will ring in 2024 with a bowl game matchup with LSU in Tampa. Wisconsin listed as a 10-point underdog against the Tigers. The Bucs' 4-game road trip concludes tonight in Cleveland against the Cavaliers. Catch the game here on 620 WTMJ with pregame programming tipping off at 6 p.m. Also on the court tonight, the Milwaukee Panthers hosting Robert Morris in Horizon League play. And the Wisconsin hockey team beat Air Force last night 3-0 in the Holiday Hockey Face-Off at Fiserv Forum. The Badgers dropped the puck against Northeastern tonight in the title matchup. Bob Brainerd, WTMJ Sports.
Taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Just some construction-related delays. Those ramp closures, I-43 southbound Brown Deer Road to downtown, about a 14-minute drive. Otherwise, pretty smooth sailing. 94 from Highway 16 to the Zoo, an 11-minute drive in the Zoo into downtown, running about 6 this morning.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
While you're navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you see something we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Mazda Traffic Tip Line, 414-238-9329.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast, partly cloudy with a high of 41 this afternoon, clear overnight with a low 28, sunny and 40 tomorrow. Then a chance of snow showers on Sunday, mostly cloudy with a high of 37. New Year's Day, sunshine with a high 35, and Tuesday, sunny with a high of 39. Madison 31, Green Bay 38, Milwaukee 39 degrees. I'm Connie Weber, Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 11:08.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue, It's WTMJ Now. News, opinions, Wisconsin. Everything you need to know in the Badger State and beyond. Here they are, Steve Scaffidi and Carole Caine.
That's our cue, Carole Caine.
Steve Scaffidi.
I'm trying really hard to say your whole name every time because apparently Carole wasn't enough.
That's fine. If I'm not offended, then nobody else should be.
I like to keep the texters happy because they're the lifeblood of a show, right? Callers, texters.
Absolutely, they're the listeners for sure, and you like to keep them happy. But sometimes the requests are a little crazy.
So every week in this time period, used to be occupied by if Steve ruled the world, but apparently I don't rule the world anymore. Libby Collins does because she joins us every Friday, right around 11:08, 11:09, and the great host of Wisconsin Weekend Morning News, and of course the incredible host of the Weekend Conversations program on WTMJ.
Yes.
Libby Collins joins us. Hi, Libby.
Steven, hi, Libby.
Hey, Carole. Happy New Year.
Same to you, dear.
You too, Steve. But
oh, that was like an afterthought, Libby Collins.
Well, I haven't talked to Carole in a while.
I know.
And it's, and when I think of a Carole on radio in Milwaukee, I only think of Carole Caine. So that's why you don't always need her last name.
I guess.
You're darling. Thank you.
I don't know about you guys, but I am feeling so overstuffed, bloated from everything I've been eating probably the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been nonstop. It's been nonstop.
So I thought there's only one person we should turn to for this week's WTMJ Conversations, and that's got to be a professional eater.
I love that. Everything about that story I love.
Yeah, wow. And she's tiny.
Oh my gosh, she is. She was actually like a physical trainer, and when she first walked into the studio and I met her, I expected somebody to look a little, like they ate a lot, a little pudgy. She is so buff. And she's a little teeny tiny thing, and I just looked at her and I said, "You eat for a living? Are you kidding me?" But she was so much fun, and I found out, well, first of all, she and her partner, they are only living in Milwaukee for a limited time. He's doing some graduate work at the university, and they're actually from out on the West Coast, so it was a real treat to have her in the studio. But I asked Katina DeJarnette what drew her to eating for a living to begin with.
You're out of the military.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of played around with doing some personal training, and then you saw that video challenge where you had, a pound and a half, not quite a kilo of food?
Yeah.
Were you hooked after that?
I was, yeah. I saw how fun that was. I felt great afterward. I had fun editing the videos. And as the food challenges kept getting bigger, the more recognition my videos started to get. And it was very quickly that my YouTube channel was making me a living as opposed to just being a side hustle. So that was the moment that I was like, I'm going to finish out college, but I don't know if I'm going to have to do anything with it because I think this is going to be my main career, is entertaining people and having fun making this art form, and it has ever since. So I'm 4 years in now, doing great. I ended up meeting the love of my life while doing this, and we've traveled the world since then, and it's been amazing.
Can you imagine just looking forward to that as your job? That's what you do. You sit down, you go to these eating challenges literally all over the world, and you sit down and you eat pounds and pounds and pounds of food all at once.
Now, she has you can watch her on YouTube, and she's really quite interesting. I don't know how they train for something like this. Did she tell you how they train?
Well, she did. She went into it as far as what she would do. And Charlie, we're going to go to that third tease on this one, because you'd think you'd starve yourself if you're planning on consuming 7 or 8 pounds in a short period of time.
How do you prepare for something like that?
What I like to do to prepare for that is I like to eat a large, lower calorie meal of vegetables, like a giant salad that's about 5.5 pounds. And then afterwards, drink a 2 liter of diet soda. And the bubbles in that giant soda basically help expand you even more. So in the end, I'm maybe only having 7.5 pounds total of volume, but that little bit of gas from the soda kind of gives me maybe that little extra stretch. And that usually gets me prepared pretty well.
You seem to approach this almost like a professional athlete.
In a way. way, yes.
I think anybody who's ever played sports has to have a certain mental focus. What's going on in your mind? How do you stay focused?
Between 5 and 6 pounds, there's really not nerves anymore. So unless there's some sort of crazy curveball, like it's cooked funny or I just happen to not like the taste, I'm quite confident that I'm going to win, mostly.
After 5 or 6 pounds.
That salad thing is nuts. I mean, like a 1 pound salad is a big salad. She's eating the biggest salad of all time there.
Wow.
And I mean, think about it. She prepares herself, by eating and drinking this huge thing of soda, which I didn't even realize. I guess, you shouldn't drink soda when you're eating because it's just going to expand your stomach and you're going to want to eat more. So that's kind of an interesting tip.
I can barely down 2 hot dogs.
Hot dogs give me a headache, so I can't even eat one.
I could probably
Carole.
eat 6, but I would never do that. If I had to, if I was forced to. The funny thing about this guest on Conversations, I actually reached out to her about a year ago. I saw some of her videos, and this little woman,
I know.
I think she ate like 18 restaurant hamburgers in an hour.
It's just unbelievable. And that's another thing that's so impressive. It's not just the volume, it's the speed in which they're able to down this stuff.
Well, and imagine, this is how she met her life partner, is at one of these eating challenges.
Yes,
it was like, there they are. They've got this pile of food, pounds and pounds of food in front of them, and they looked over gazingly at each other, and this said, you're the one.
Wow. That's bold.
But he's a big guy. I mean, you can see him as a professional eater, but Katina is just so tiny. It's hard to believe she can consume all this food.
It's nuts. And so when is the conversation? Regular time this Sunday?
This is going to be Sunday morning. Yeah, we're back at 11 o'clock on WTMJ Conversations. And Katina, she's a hoot. You'll find her so interesting. I made reference there to she was in the military for a number of years, so thank her for her service, obviously. But she has had a fascinating life. And if you haven't checked out some of her videos, her social media handle is Katina Eats Kilos.
Yeah, it's crazy how much she consumes. Now, Libby, I'm going to ask you a question. Not about eating, but it could be, I guess. So we're talking this hour about New Year's resolutions. I don't know if you still do this or not. I want to I've tried to push away from the health and fitness. We should all be doing that every day. So to make a resolution that I'm going to go to the health club. Right. The first 2 weeks of the year, they're jammed, and then after that, there's no one there. What would your resolution be for next year? In the past, I've done clean up my inbox, and now if I look right now, my inbox has 2 messages in it. Used to have 10,000.
Right.
What would a Libby Collins be looking at?
Well, actually, I should do that because I do tend to hang on to things a lot longer than I should. Hence, I turn to my closet and my dresser drawers. And, oh my gosh, my husband, he has this thing about me and shoes. Or I should say, I have a thing about shoes.
So do I.
And he keeps telling me, Libby, if you're going to bring in a new pair of shoes, you have to get rid of an old pair of shoes. So what I do is instead of just, putting them in the Goodwill bag or whatever, I put them in a different closet. So I still have... So he doesn't know I have them, but I just can't get rid of my shoes. I don't know what it is.
A little known fact about Libby Collins, loves shoes.
Yeah, I you know what? This is how sick I am, Libby, with the shoes. I have a ton of really great, beautiful high heels that I've been trying to train to get back into after my hip surgeries. So I practice at the house when Lou's not around.
Because you should take video and then put it on YouTube.
Of me practicing
walking in high heels.
In my high heels with my sweatpants.
Hey, the world we live in now, that could be a moneymaker for you. Trust me.
Listen, Steve, I think I'd rather see you in a video practicing walking in high heels.
Not going to happen, Libby Collins.
That's hilarious, yes.
Knocking that one out right away. Libby Collins, host of Wisconsin Weekend Morning News and the Incredible Conversations this Sunday. The guest's name again?
Katina DeJarrett, and she is known as Katina Eats Kilos. And if you think you've eaten a lot for the holidays, you got to hear from Katina.
I've seen her work. It is absolutely incredible. Check it out. Libby Collins, always great to talk to you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, hon.
Happy New Year!
All right, let's take a break here. You're listening, of course, to WTMJ Now.
More of WTMJ Now after this. Start planning for your retirement today so you enjoy retirement tomorrow. Saturday mornings at 11 and Sunday mornings at 7, where Tony Drake and his Education First team discuss retirement trends, taxes, inflation, and Social Security benefits to help you achieve a more secure financial future.
Join us this week as we discuss how to determine if you're on the retirement naughty or nice list.
Retirement Ready with Tony Drake on WTMJ.
This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. The Energy Star ratings for windows are getting a lot tougher to get the tax credit, so you're going to want to take advantage of. Fortunately, we still have options that will qualify you for those tax credits. Now, I can sit here and talk benefits of this product or what's great about that product. So can everybody else. But what a lot of operations can't do is, with complete confidence, stand behind the crew that's going to be on that next job. Talk is cheap, I get it, but our people are exceptional. How do I know? Because me and Vito handpick every single person that makes our team. Some make the cut, a lot don't. And that's why you can be confident that the windows we install for you will be top quality, installed right, and that you're going to get great service. And that's never failed us. So for your home's new windows, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Home practice is about to begin. Your daughter's new tap shoes? Loud. Your son's new tuba? Louder. But you got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft grace zone. So if you lose track of expenses buying some noise-canceling and sanity-saving headphones, we've got your back. You got this with $50 overdraft grace zone from Associated Bank. See AssociatedBank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Griffin's Holiday Service Special is here. For just $179.95, enjoy an oil change, tire rotation, air filter, wiper blades, and a complete multi-point inspection. We'll even check your battery and make sure your car's heating is winter ready. Drive into any of our 5 Griffin dealerships and unwrap the gift of worry-free driving. 'Tis the season for happy savings and happy car. See Griffin for details.
WTMJ Now.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Yes, we just went through Christmas, but a new year brings new challenges. 2024 is a leap year, of course.
Yes.
An Olympic year.
Wow.
Simone Biles.
Sure.
And, of course, an election year.
Yes.
Do you know there's an election next year?
Yeah.
Every presidential election year is a leap year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Every 4 years. Well, what will the rates and markets look like during all of this excitement? What benefits and challenges could it bring? Join me and Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management on Thursday, next Thursday, January 4th at 1 p.m. for a live webinar, Market Outlook, Risks and Opportunities, to get all your financial questions answered as we navigate through 2024. Dave's the best. And Annex is the place, annexwealth.com.
Yeah.
Get started. I did that. Changed my life.
You cannot stump him.
No.
He knows everything.
And Dave and I are going to tackle all the questions, but here's what we need from you. Text the word WEB, W-E-B, to the Old National Bank talk and text line 855-616-1620. You can sign up for the webinar, prepare yourself for the new year, put yourself in the right state of mind for the new year. We're talking about resolutions. How about this resolution? Listen to the webinar, ask a question, get it answered by Dave Spano. That's it. That's all you have to do.
You know, and then what that means is you get the knowledge that takes you through 24 so that your 25 is really relaxing and you don't have to worry about money.
2025. Man.
I know.
Let's get through 2024 first. It's going to be a busy year.
Exactly.
All right. So producer Charlie was playing a little Christmas music. So we were talking before the show about, Christmas. What'd you get? I got a nice laptop from my son-in-laws and my daughters.
Yeah.
A beautiful laptop. Higher speed processor, so I don't have to sit here and wait. I have a very old laptop at home that I use. It's just ancient. I literally turn it on and wait 5 minutes. That's how old it is.
Wow. Okay. So it is pretty slow. Yeah.
So I've got a new one that I'm going to be setting up over this weekend, which I'm very excited about.
See, I probably should. My son was the one that turned me on to this little laptop that I have right now that I got like 2 or 3 years ago. But you're going to have to recycle it soon. But I'm terrible at setting it up. But we'll get somebody to figure it out.
So, in the course of that conversation, I was asking about what you got for Christmas.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And you told me a story that I think is I don't know if it's a common story, but it's certainly an eye-opener.
Well, here's what happened. We kind of had two little Christmases just because of the fact that Alex was only there for a short period of time. And so he gave me like a $200 Home Depot card because he looked at my kitchen and he goes, get rid of that oven hood. He goes, it's disgusting. And I'm like, fine, great. Liz gave me a gift card. And then, on Christmas morning, when we opened presents, I opened the stocking, and I had been looking at the tree, and I'm like, I don't see anything with my name on it. That's interesting. So I go to the stocking. We do the stockings first, and I pull out 2 cards, one from Lou and one from the dogs. So I'm digging down into the stocking a little further. Bupkis.
Nothing there.
Nothing. And I looked at him and I go, really? Seriously? And he said, well, I got kind of busy and I didn't have time. And I'm like, well, I think what happened for you was our garage door opener took a dump. So I bought a brand new garage door opener for $600. And then I went to the St. Paul's Fish Market because it's his favorite place to go and have food. And he got $450 worth of gift cards for St. Paul's.
Nice.
So you're looking at about, $1,000.
You dropped $1,000.
And I got a $4.99 card. Right? How would that fly in your house?
That's a tough one. And I'm a Lou defender, but
it got kind of quiet. We got a little quiet. And the ride out to my brother's was really quiet. And I was just like, Lou, come on. You can't even, I would be happy if you even bought me, because you work at Metromart, if you bought, a bottle of hooch and put it under the car or under the
a little
under the
something
tree.
for the effort.
Anything. He knows I like Bombay Sapphire martinis. It was on sale for $30.
I like how you priced it out. You're all ready for him.
It was on sale for $30. It's like, come on, you could at least pop $30 for your wife. And here's what makes it even worse. And every woman out there knows what this is like. You're not a shopper. It's just we organize, we cook, we shop, we wrap, we do. It's all on us.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
99.9% of it is all on us. And it was just like, really? You couldn't even bring a bottle of hooch home from the Metro Market?
Is there some sort of a make-do on this? Could he overcome that lack of judgment? Because that's a stinger.
This goes back to trying to be nicer to your spouse that we were doing for these resolutions.
Right.
Because I did my temper kind of kicked in. And I got a little excited on Christmas morning, and then I had to calm myself down and just go, okay, I will say this, it's unusual for him because for the longest time, he always bought me a piece of jewelry. So maybe this was just a fail for one year, a fail. Now, I know that there are a lot of people out there that are like, wah, 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 wah. Stop whining, Carole. But I was just kind of hurt. I got a card. Look at you. You're speechless.
Well, that's a tough one.
What'd you get Kathy?
What she wanted. She wanted to go see Funny Girl at the Performing Arts Center, and we're going to see the last performance of their run on I think the 14th.
Oh, well, that's nice.
And we give each other goofy gift cards. For hers, it's McDonald's because she likes their Diet Coke.
Right.
And for me, it was, I talked about it on the radio, a Menards gift card is like, the gift that keeps on giving. I walk in there like a little kid in a candy store.
Right.
I don't even need something, and I'm buying a, drill bit or, whatever. You gotta do something. A card is not enough.
A card is not enough. I would have been, if he had even gone to the local gas station, they always have those flowers, and you could buy one for like $2.
Yes.
Get a gas station rose for me and hand it off to me. Kind of like the Golden Bachelor. And here you go. Here's your rose.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We'll take a break. If you have a Christmas present horror story, or somebody forgot something, or half the present was missing, or whatever. Christmas present horror stories. We got like 10 minutes to talk about it.
Nothing.
That's a horror story. Well, you did get a card. Was it personalized or just say Lou?
No, he always writes, with my love for you. That's his new thing. So, with my love for you.
So it was personalized.
Yes, Lou. Love Lou.
If he would have wrote a poem.
No.
To you, would have made it more special?
No, what you told me off the air was you can't put a price on love, Carole.
That's right. Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
I don't remember saying that at all. She's Carole, I'm Steve. Christmas present horror stories. Did somebody forget something? Was it totally lame? Got a little bit of time here on the big show on this Friday, last show of the year before we launch head first into 2024, which is going to be, I'll tell you right now, it's going to be insane.
It's going back to the resolutions that we had, if we can just try and keep calmer heads should prevail.
And thanks to our friend Patty, who during the last break dropped off. I think it's champagne. I don't
know what it is, but it's
alcohol.
Yes, it is.
Thanks to Patty for the
Thank you,
nice.
Patty.
And we took a selfie with her, and we'll take your calls 855-616-1620. Texts are welcome as well. 855-616-1620. Christmas present horror stories. After this,
it's WTMJ Now.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Join me every Saturday at noon for Experience Wisconsin, where we check in with communities across the state for the best and brightest spots around Wisconsin. This week, going to be a great show. We are joined by Sarah Neubauer from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Lots of fun stuff happening there. And Sunburst, Rob Friedel and Katie Wood from Sunburst. It's Experience Wisconsin, Saturday at noon, here on 620 WTMJ.
Today's a big day. Milo is here.
Milo? Who's Milo?
Haven't you heard about Milo?
No.
Everybody's talking about Milo.
I can't wait to see Milo.
Is Milo...
What?
Handsome?
Oh, you bet.
How would you describe Milo?
I could totally see Milo on the cover of a trendy magazine.
Really?
Without a doubt.
Milo is the epitome of cool.
Hip,
sharp,
but also strong,
sturdy,
and civilized too.
Milo is simply perfect.
Is Milo...
What?
Well...
Go ahead, say it.
Is Milo single?
Sure. Or a full.
Or a queen.
Or a king.
Wait, Milo's not a he. It's a bedroom set.
Obviously. That's why we're talking about Milo in this commercial.
The Milo bedroom, starting at $101 a month with only 1 penny down and no interest until January of 2028 through January 7th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
Changing question. Are you keeping as much of your investment gains as possible? High taxes can erode returns quickly, so you need a tax-optimized portfolio. At Creative Planning, our money managers and specialists work together to make sure your portfolio and wealth are managed in a tax-efficient manner. It's what you keep that really matters. Why not give your wealth a second look? Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Are you thinking about updating your bath or shower? Well, turn to Kohler Services for end-to-end bath and shower remodeling, where Kohler design consultants and installers do the work for you. Family-owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
WTMJ Now.
Carole Caine was sharing her story about Lou dropping the ball. Another texter, married 25 years, didn't even get a card this year.
Wow.
That's cold. Is that sending a message?
I don't give a damn. No, I just don't know. I mean, not even a card. I mean, yeah. And it's not like I don't expect the world. He doesn't have to drive in the driveway with a brand new car for me or anything. That's not the case.
But you wouldn't say no to that.
Well, I wouldn't. Listen, I've bought my own cars over the past 3 cars. So it was just kind of like, wow, didn't you even give it any thought?
I think there's going to be a make-do at some point.
Well, after he hears this, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, could be awkward at your household after this. Now, producer Charlie was sharing a story during the break. He can jump on the mic if he wants to. This is kind of a sad story, though.
Okay, well, so I
been dating this girl for, in theory, 2 months, but I asked her if we were dating like 2 weeks ago, and they're like, okay. And I kind of told you a story about like why we broke up. It was a weird communication issue, but I got her presents because she got me birthday gifts. I'm like, okay. And then I already bought them when she broke up with me, so I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm not going to give them to her.
That's awkward.
That's okay. I can use them for myself or give them to someone else. That's kind of my plan.
Are they versatile gifts you can actually use for yourself?
One's a bath bomb, which I've never used one before, so I guess I'll give it a shot.
Oh, you'll like that.
Yeah, what is that about?
It's like a big round ball that you drop into the bathtub where you're just going to soak and it relaxes you.
Okay, full disclosure, last time I took a bath was like 40 years ago.
Well, I haven't taken a bath in a long time either because we took the bathtub out when we were not in the bathroom.
We're going to do the same thing. We're getting rid of the bath. So then what do you do? Is there a shower bomb I'm not aware of?
Well, I don't think so. But you'll like that, Charlie. Charlie will like that because it's relaxing.
This from the 414. Carole, I'm sorry you had a bad experience with this Christmas. If I were your family member or a good friend, I'm reading this for the first time on the so I have to edit it myself as I go. You would have received a high-end edition of Dracula.
Oh.
But I'm just a listener, so it would probably be weird or even creepy if I bought that for you.
Well, I'm assuming they're saying the book because...
Yes. You're a collector of those?
Not a collector, but Dracula. I read Dracula every year. Every year. It's my favorite novel, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
The original?
Yes.
So at the same time of year, like Halloween?
Halloween.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To get yourself in the Halloween mood.
I'm crazy about, first of all, like medieval literature and like Bram Stoker or Mary Shelley with Frankenstein. I love all that stuff.
Jim joins us from the beautiful city of Cedarburg.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Carole. Hi, Steve. So last year, Steve, I went shopping for my wife for a Christmas card, and I think she could tell I was in a rush and didn't even bother to pick it up to read it because when she opened it up, it was a wifey card. I had no clue what that even meant, but I found out real quick.
Oh,
so I don't know what that is either. What?
That's a gay couple. It's a lesbian. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that would be awkward since you're a man and she's a woman.
So be careful, Steve. Next time you shop, don't get your wife a wifey card.
I didn't even know that was a
this
thing.
Year I made sure I got her. Yeah, well, apparently there is.
Did you put cash in it at least or
this
something?
Year I made sure I got her card a good month in advance.
Yeah. So. Did you put cash in the wifey card or a gift card or something?
We go overboard and get each other enough stuff, and we did our cruise too before. So
oh, nice. Okay.
Well, Happy New Year, Jim from Cedarburg, and you got the wrong card. That's
interesting. But that's dilemma. That's funny.
I guess you got to look carefully now.
Well, in all honesty, yes, you do, because I had a couple of lovely men, Roger and Michael, and they got married, and I got them a card. I thought it said Mr. Misters, and it was Mrs. So I screwed that up.
A couple things real quick before we go to break. Yes, there are shower bombs.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know how that would work, but...
You probably would hang it from the shower head, and then the foam...
What is the purpose of the bomb? What does it do?
Well, it's aromatic, and it's, like relaxing salts and things like that.
The last time I had knee surgery, so I'm at the hospital, and they put you out because I had some knee surgery done. And I wake up, and there's this thing on my chest.
Okay.
Like this little, doily bag, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, with a little ribbon on it, and it has, I didn't know at the time. I flicked it off because I didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
Aromatic herbs or something.
Huh. Who put it there?
The nurse.
Well, that's nice.
Scared the crap out of me.
Well, she's probably, as you're coming out of anesthetic.
It's supposed to
calm you down. Yes, I can understand.
Well, the opposite happened. I think I whacked the thing against the wall.
Going back to the smart, passionate, sensitive Sicilian.
This one, I love nativity sets. My husband and daughter had the right heart, but it was a fail. They found a shop that had sets you could pick what pieces you wanted. Mary is about 3 inches bigger than Joseph, and the wise men. So it looks like a bad Godzilla setup.
That's hilarious.
That is funny. This is a Christmas fail from the 262. My daughter's future son-in-law owns a coin shop, and he gave her coins for Christmas. First of all, it's lazy.
A corn shop?
No, coin.
Oh, coin. I thought you said corn.
Corn shop would be more interesting, actually.
A coin. Well, was it
like rare coins? I'm guessing.
Was it like a limited edition worth an awful lot of money?
But the texter said "boo" at the end of it. I mean, that's just lazy, right? If you work at, let's say I work at a whatever kind of store, and then I give that whatever we sell to my partner, whoever, that's just lazy. You're just walking around your store grabbing stuff and throwing it in a bag.
But see, I would have been happy with the Bombay Sapphire.
Why don't you just buy it for yourself and put Lou's name on it?
No, he's not getting off that easy.
No. How bad is it going to be for Lou, do you think?
Listen, don't worry about him. He's made it for almost 40 years. He'll make it until we kick.
All right. After the break, Week in Review. We always look forward to this. All the voices and stories we've talked about this week on WTMJ. All sponsored, of course, by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
More of WTMJ now after this.
If you can't get a good night's sleep, let me ask you, are you breathing well? Because if you're snoring or waking up each night with a stuffed up nose or frustrated with your CPAP mask, the root of your sleep problem lies in your breathing triangle. And if any one of those passages isn't working, you won't sleep well. And there's no mattress, pill, or other gimmick that can fix that. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. A recipe for a good night's sleep starts with an open airway. Now, there are devices that can help solve snoring or sleep apnea problems. If you walk into a sleep center, know you'll walk out with a CPAP. And you might find other options elsewhere, but the simple truth is, if your nose doesn't work properly, no device will help. Only at Advent will you find every effective snoring and sleep apnea solution, along with a world-class team that can get your nose working properly again.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Quality heating. You wake up, it's cold in your house. You're having a furnace problem. You gotta call someone. See the man in the red van, because with over 20 service techs, each with over 20 years experience, you can count on your job being fixed right away. In a heating emergency, you don't want some new guy fumbling around trying to diagnose the problem. For emergency furnace repair, see the man in the red van.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality heating, quality heating.
Once you've lived with it, you know there's no comparison. Hydronic heating is the best in comfort. And when it comes to hydronic heating, the man in the red van can do it all. With a 96% efficiency modulating heat boiler, slant fin wall-mounted radiating heat, cast iron radiators, or how about in-floor heat that we can even lay in below your new driveway on your new home build, so you never have to shovel. Now we're talking.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality heating, quality heating.
It's WTMJ Now.
Steve and Carole on this last show of the year.
Yeah.
WTMJ Now. Now, apparently, people are filling me in on the whole
shower bomb.
They're called shower steamers, and this one from my friend Sandy in Stevens Point, who I actually know. They are shower-scented shower steamers you can buy, which would basically be the same as a bath bomb. Happy New Year, Sandy. And Sandy would know her way around these things, I bet.
Probably, yeah. So it's probably, kind of just to help in the whole experience. You're taking a shower and you're relaxing. And why do you look at me like that when I say stuff like that?
I think women's showers and men's showers are radically different. I'm in there maybe 5 minutes tops, maybe less than that.
Okay.
You wash up, you wash your hair, which I have less and less of every year, and then I'm done.
Okay. All right.
Women seem to be lingering in there. They're doing stuff. They're singing occasionally. Mm-hmm. Who knows what else?
Because it's the only time we get to be alone.
Away from the insanity that men lay on them every day?
Yes. We're taking time for ourselves.
I disagree, just because I knew a guy in college who took notoriously long showers because we were waiting for him going to a convention. He was just staying in there. Like, when is he getting out?
Somebody was I forget where someone told me this, that they have a family member that takes 45-minute showers.
That's a waste of water.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, come on.
Take a bath.
Well, what do you, come on, 45 minutes? Unless you're Sandy from Stevens Point, what are you doing in there? She'll get a kick out of that. All right. Something we do every Friday. We're doing it actually early today because we're going to talk about people that passed away in 2023. The list is incredible.
It's a who's who.
But before we get to that, we always do this every Friday. All the voices, all the stories. and the names of the people and stories we covered this year, it's incredible. A special New Year's Eve early edition of the Weekend Review, sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go back.
Merry Christmas and welcome to Wisconsin's Morning News Holiday Radio Show. So, why are we doing this?
It's Christmas.
No. Why are we doing this, what we're doing here?
No one's ever grumpy about the holidays.
Am I already grumpy? I'm not trying to come off grumpy.
Oh, you're smiling. You're
right,
great.
Yes.
He's an angry elf.
You're a mean one, Mr. Vince.
Welcome, I'm Sandy Max, but this time of year I dress up, decorate, lean all the way in to be Sandy Claus. My gifts to you are treats for your ears.
Gasp! Sandy Claus!
Over the middle, catch made! Infield goal range, it's Adam Thielen at the 31. They need to spike it, they can't stop the clock. There's no time.
Pass hit the ground with 0 on the clock. The game is over.
Disgusting defensive football.
That is a disgusting act.
2 shootings on Christmas Day. The first around 10:30 when a 34-year-old was shot and injured during a robbery near North Avenue and 27th Street.
A Germantown tow driver is accused of impersonating a police officer.
A woman reported that someone claiming to be a deputy reached out to her via text message after her vehicle had been towed. In those messages, Anderson would say he could drop charges in exchange for explicit photos or sex acts.
Former President Trump blasting a decision in Maine to remove his name from the 2024 presidential ballot.
The Maine Secretary of State said she believed the record established that the former president engaged in insurrection after previously swearing an oath to defend the Constitution.
The fact that he feels that he needs to lean into being a dictator alone shows that he is a weak and feeble man.
Meanwhile, in less than 3 hours, the Wisconsin Elections Commission denied a complaint filed to attempt to remove Trump from its 2024 ballot.
I am simply a brewer from northern Wisconsin, but I care about my country and I care about democracy. And so that's why I am doing this.
UW lacrosse chancellor Dr. Joe Gao is now out of a job, fired by the UW Board of Regents after it discovered pornographic videos of Gao and his wife.
In a statement, Universities of Wisconsin President Jay Rothman saying the Regents had learned of conduct from Dr. Gao he described as abhorrent.
She's Carmen.
And he's Joe.
And we are
the sexy, happy couple.
There's no question that our company holds us to a standard of behavior out in public. I'm never not the host of this radio show, as you're never not the chancellor at UW La Crosse.
I think the board is not upholding, the First Amendment, nor is it upholding its own policy on academic freedom.
Porn and education don't necessarily have to come together.
So we're just done with phrasing, right?
Lucky guy. That's all I'll say.
Thanks, Joe.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard is no longer behind bars. She's a Missouri woman, paroled Thursday night, 8 years after she confessed to helping murder her abusive mother.
In an interview with People magazine before her release from prison yesterday, Gypsy said she now regrets her mother's killing, saying she didn't deserve that.
Some unfortunate breaking news this afternoon. Former U.S. Senator Herb Kohl has died. He was 88 years old, died after a brief illness.
Something's gone wrong in our process in Washington. Very wrong. Well, if I'm elected, I'll be totally independent.
After working to secure what is now Fiserv Forum, Cole predicted the Bucks' current run of success when the arena opened in 2018.
This arena is going to be here for many years. The Bucks are going to stay here for many years. So I'm a very happy man.
Herb will be remembered for his friendliness as well as his generosity. He didn't put on any pretense of importance or snobbery. He was always just himself. He was always just Herb.
Wauwatosa native and local lawyer Brian Randall went to Washington as a high schooler, serving in Senator Cole's first term.
He was very effective in a quiet way. Their office manager, she looked at me and said, I don't usually hire high school students, but if Senator Cole is referring you, I'll give you a chance.
Not just a senator and Milwaukee sports legend, Herb Cole was a champion for education through his foundation, which gives out grants of $6,000 each year.
This year, Greendale High School teacher Jennifer McCauley was the recipient.
I felt so honored. My goal was for me to be able to connect my students to more authentic resources within the community. I will be forever grateful to him.
Please give a round of applause for Senator Herb Cole.
What a week.
Can you get down with that?
Yeah. Lucky guy.
Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
More of WTMJ now after this.
This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. The Energy Star ratings for windows are getting a lot tougher to get the tax credits, so you're going to want to take advantage of. Fortunately, we still have options that will qualify you for those tax credits. Now, I can sit here and talk benefits of this product or what's great about that product. So can everybody else. But what a lot of operations can't do is, with complete confidence, stand behind the crew that's going to be on that next job. Talk is cheap, I get it, but our people are exceptional. How do I know? Because me and Vito handpick every single person that makes our team. Some make the cut, a lot don't. And that's why you can be confident that the windows we install for you will be top quality, installed right, and that you're going to get great service. And that's never failed us. So for your home's new windows, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Hi, this is Wayne Larrabee, the voice of Green Bay football. You know, fans count on me to make the right call every time, and I can continue to do that thanks to Summit Eye Care of Wisconsin. When my vision began to drift, my eye doctor said Summit Eye Care was the best place to go. Using the latest adjustable implants, the doctors at Summit were able to fine-tune my vision. In fact, my vision is now the best it's ever been. Summit Eye Care was the right call to help me see all the action on game days.
To schedule an appointment at one of their locations, visit summitiwi.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Discover wants everyone to feel special with 24/7 customer service as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
New Year's Eve is Sunday. Don't look now, 2024 right around the corner. Celebrate with your family at the amazing Mineshaft restaurant in Hartford for under $43. Get a huge 18-inch pizza, a pitcher of beer or soda, and 100 game room credits for under $43. Under $43. The pizza, it easily feeds a family of 4. Your kids and grandkids, they can spend those 100 game room credits at the world-class game room tucked away from the dining area while you finish up your lunch or dinner. Enjoy a great steak, ribs, pasta, or a big fresh salad. Sip on a delicious old-fashioned, Manhattan, or your favorite wine or beer. You will not spend a lot of money on New Year's Eve at the Mineshaft. The Mineshaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and Oshkosh. The holiday decorations are up, and it is so much fun. Plenty of fun to have at the Mineshaft. Reserve your table today, mineshaft.restaurant.com.
It's WTMJ Now.
Bubbles up, they will point you towards home. No matter how deep.
Winding up 2023 and winding up 2024. Going to be a busy year. Thanks to Carole Caine for hanging out with me.
Thank you for asking me, and I hope you have a wonderful New Year's.
And I was thinking about this, and there's always these end-of-the-year retrospectives, and we did some of that today, and I wanted to do it differently. We had a lot of fun talking about some of the newsy things that happened. But I was looking through this list of people that passed away. It's actually an impressive group of people.
It's an unbelievable group of people, and going back to what we were talking about earlier about the events that happen, you forget all these people.
Yeah, Norman Lear,
Henry Kissinger,
Ryan O'Neal.
Love
Story.
He just passed, actually.
I mean, that movie changed people's lives. One of the ones that just happened recently, Rosalind Carter, former First Lady.
Right. Suzanne Summers just recently passed away. We know
Matthew Perry from Friends.
Yeah.
You think about these people, they're TV stars for the most part, celebrities in the case of the First Lady, political figure, sort of. But they impact our lives in a lot of different ways. They are part of our existence. Well, we don't know them personally for the most part.
But look at what Dianne Feinstein did.
Yeah, I mean it's absolutely incredible.
Right. No, I mean, obviously, Jimmy Buffett, an icon in the music.
Background music for your life.
Absolutely.
I was watching, I think it was CBS yesterday, and they or on Sunday, and they had one of these retrospectives. Mm-hmm. And the way they ended it was with Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, I'll bet.
Because his music, again, is the background of your life. Jeff Wagner loved Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett.
And still does.
Yep.
He passed away this year. Tony Bennett.
Yes.
Still one of the best concerts I've ever was at. I think it was at the Riverside Theater in Milwaukee a few years ago. Blew me away.
Right.
Because at one point, Tony Bennett, incredible voice, storyteller. He's on stage with a little orchestra, a piano player, and himself. And he's singing a song. I don't know if it was I Left My Heart in San Francisco. It was one of those songs. And he takes the microphone and puts it down on the piano. He walks to the front of the stage and continues the song.
Without the mic?
Without the mic. And the whole thing comes through. And we're like, oh, my goodness. And the guy was already in his late 80s.
Right.
At least.
Right. Well, and he had a complete resurgence with Lady Gaga.
Yes.
So
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman passed away. Yeah.
Better known as, really known as
Paul Rubens. Yeah. Bob Barker. A funny story about Bob Barker. My uncle, Ovid Smedstead, was called down for The Price of Right.
Really?
Yeah. And I can still see Bob Barker standing on the stage going, Ovid Smedstead, come on down.
Remember Dreamweaver, how big that song was? Gary Wright passed away this year.
Yeah, it was one of my favorites.
Yeah, from that, that's got to be 70s, right? 70s, late 70s?
Yeah, easily. Alan Arkin, Sinead O'Connor, Treat Williams. I mean, Ted Kaczynski, I forgot that he passed away.
Unabomber, yeah. Matter of fact, when they had the museum in Washington, D.C., they had his actual shack, because it was a cool place, cool museum. It's not open anymore. They would have these incredible news stories, and they would have the actual pieces of evidence. And they had his little tiny shack that he lived in. They had some of the other real-life pieces of evidence in those cases. That was a crazy story.
Tina Turner.
Yeah, her music lives on, right?
Unbelievable.
I think she said at one point one of her goals was to make her music live longer than she would live. And I think she's done that. Yeah, just an incredible list of people. Treat Williams, of course, was a pretty big actor. And I would say 80s, 90s, not so much recently. The Iron Sheik, wrestling.
I know.
Crazy dude.
I know.
Crazy. I actually saw him once at it was like a restaurant in Milwaukee. I can't remember what the restaurant was.
Really?
Might not even be there anymore. A bunch of wrestlers were all together. Let's see.
Harry Belafonte.
Yeah. Tina Turner, you mentioned. Ray Stevenson. Jim Brown, the incredible running back, NFL. Right. Didn't play a long time, Hall of Famer, great actor. Mm-hmm. I think he was in The Dirty Dozen.
He was in The Dirty Dozen. He was great in The Dirty Dozen.
Yeah.
Raquel Welch.
Every boy's fantasy in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Absolutely.
2000s, 2010, 2020.
I mean, Burt Bacharach. How much, I mean, it's just the list goes on and on and on. It's just incredible. David Crosby.
Yeah, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. And the musicians are, like I said, it's the soundtrack of your lives. That always has special resonance for me. Carole, Caine, it's been a fun 2023.
Yes, it has been. Thank you so much for inviting me to join you today.
Absolutely. I look forward to all that 2024 will bring us. As I said, it's going to be an interesting year. A lot of crazy stuff is going to happen in 2024, but we'll try. The collective, we try to walk you through all of that as we approach the new year. So happy New Year,
Happy New Year
to everybody. Be safe.
Yep.
Don't drink and drive. There's lots of alternative ways to get home. And above all else, be happy, be merry, and have fun with your families and friends. And all the rest. The news is next on WTMJ.
Wake up with me. Hey, it's WTMJ.